Hannah,
Cullen.
it's already been a year.
Yeah.
We're at the end of January, and it's already been quite the year. You've joined the Sasha Boys.
Yes, I'm the leader of the Saja Boys now. Things are different, you
Things are
know.
different. The world has descended into fascism. Our country has.
Hmm.
Um, it's crazy. Life is insane.
Yeah.
But some things are certain as the sun, and that is us doing Supernatural Romance Month on this podcast.
Happy February, everyone.
Happy February. Welcome back to Not My Fantasy, the show where we talk about fantasy films and the lore that inspired them. I'm Cullen,
And I'm Hannah.
and today we are opening our Supernatural Romance Month and our 2026 season with the 2025 sensation K-pop Demon Hunters. And joining us for that is my friend Uriel.
Hey,
Yeah,
glad to be
welcome.
here. Glad to
Yeah,
be here.
happy to have you. Continuing our glorious tradition of having the wrong kind of Asian person whenever we do a movie in Asian mythology. We had a Korean friend when we talked about Over the Moon. Now a Filipino friend for K-pop Demon Hunters. I think we just got to keep that one going.
There you go.
Well, Filipinos, we have like the largest market for K-pop music. So
Oh,
So maybe you're
interesting.
exactly the right demographic.
yeah, I'm one of the biggest fans and I have history listening to them, so which I would love to share.
Oh yeah, we definitely want
Oh,
to get into
yeah.
that. Yeah. Also, as we talk about this, disclaimer, sometimes my job comes up that I work at Netflix Animation. This movie was made for Netflix and distributed by Netflix, but it was made by Sony Animation. So I really didn't have anything to do with the creation of this film, and so I can avoid my violating an NDA by knowing nothing. Uh, which even sometimes I get away with not violating my NDA by being confused. Because people ask me something, and I'm like, honestly, I don't know what's happening. I'm too,
You're like
you
above
know,
my pay grade. Come on.
yeah, I'm the personality hire. Like, I'm here to be
The
fun.
personality hire.
I'm here to bring some joy to the day to day. Like, I don't understand what's happening. Most of that is a joke. I do try and understand what's happening in my job. But yeah, so that's why I can talk about this movie because I didn't really contribute anything to it. So I know as much as the average viewer.
And
And
I
then,
mean, what you do know is you know what it is like to be a Saja boy.
yes,
We will be posting these
yes,
photos. You have to share them
yeah,
so we can put them here and here and here because Helen,
yeah,
your work always does an annual group costume,
yes.
and you guys killed it with K-pop Demon Hunters characters.
The core of my team is like me and three women who've all been on this podcast.
Yes.
And they saw this movie and were all like,
Cullen and the Divas.
Cullen and the Divas, and they're like, "This is us." Like, I'm so and so. Like, just like so, they're like, "We have to do this." And then they're like, "The boys can be the Sasha boys." So I was Abby. I dyed my hair pink. I'll see. I think there's some videos of them spray dyeing my hair. And then I was going to another party after like so we had like the Halloween party and we have like a drag show and then I went to go meet a friend for another party after, but I didn't want to do that as Abby. I felt presumptuous without a group. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so I went to the shower and I like tried to spray off all the pink, and then Martha and the ops team was like, "It looks like a pink psycho in here." There's just like pink spray all over the shower curtain. It's like I didn't even see it. I was just like, "Okay, don't stain the floor, don't stain the towels," and then I was like, "Yeah."
Oops.
The shower
Something
curtain.
it feels like something out of a soda pop music video, honestly.
Yeah, that would be a bit in the because that's very like One Direction music video coded where they just like
Yes.
do shenanigans.
hmm
Hmm.
And yeah,
It's
that's
or like even it's like when I thought about soda pop, I thought of like fruits and beverages. And I'm like thinking, oh, this is so Harry Styles coded, like watermelon sugar. I think he had a
Hmm.
song called Grape Juice. And
Mm.
and
mm,
I just thought, wow, they're just pulling out of One Direction at this point.
yeah, the boy band of our era.
Hmm.
Hmm
So Had we seen this movie before talking about it for the podcast?
Yeah,
Well, I have at
of
least
course.
twice. Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't see it like when it came out. I actually saw it probably a couple months later when it was actually released in theaters the first time. I had like started to watch it here, but my little brother was in the room and I thought maybe the demons might be too scary for him because he gets scared of the Jeopardy theme song.
And he's
So
real
no.
little.
And he is real little.
Yeah.
He has since watched the movie. He loves the music. He dances to it. Everything
That's
else
so
he just
cute.
kind of zones out and does something else.
Yeah.
But I saw it in theaters, and that was probably the best way to see this movie because there was a bunch of like little girls there who were like had like patterns drawn on their arms and stuff. And of course, I'm going in there. I'm like, I have no idea what they're doing, but that's cool that they're showing up. And there was a little girl next to me who was like acting out the final fight scene. It was so cute. And yeah, that was the perfect way to see this movie. It became my personality for a couple of weeks where I watched it dozens of times. It was like my comfort movie. Um, so yeah, I have seen it.
You bought the
I've been around.
CD, right?
I
And the
bought the
vinyl.
CD and the vinyl. Both of them came with like posters. I'll like get pictures and put them here in the edit. Um, I also got like little character cards too. So I have one of Cullen, I mean Abby. And I mean, not gonna lie, I'll have to put on screen, but it does kind of look like you, like because it's a fan art or another artist rendition, I think. And so it's like it's a little bit less like cartoony, a little bit more of a lifelike thing, and it does give Cullen. So
Yeah.
um it's up on my little board here. I've got like a Trixie Cosmetics thing. I've got Stardew Valley, K-pop Demon Hunters, and then the beautiful illustration that Helen got me for Christmas of Elphaba at your little craft show, which was super cute. And also the Christmas card that came with it too. I have that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was my personality for a little while.
Yeah. You
And
are a
I'm not sorry
Huntrix,
about it. Not sorry about it. And also, the reason why I know I'm talking so much.
as you should. It's your podcast.
Yeah.
True. Uh, I was like, I love the concept, and it's an original concept. And I'm so like, we're so oversaturated with remakes and stuff that I'm like, yes, something original. And so I was like, I'm supporting this wholeheartedly. I pre-ordered that vinyl. I pre-ordered that CD. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We love
I
original
came
content.
out for
Yeah.
this. So,
Yeah.
You're supporting a cultural, a very significant thing in our culture right now.
Yeah.
yes.
Well, for me, I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it on my iPad in the darkness of my room, which is
Mm.
also a great way of watching K-pop Demon Hunters, especially since there's like a lot of dark scenes and bright colors and all that stuff.
Mm.
But the thing that stuck out for me is that when I found out that they're releasing it for theaters, I can see the thing that I noticed is that that there's some movies that are obviously made for the theaters, you know, like
Yeah.
all of Denis Villeneuve's films,
Yeah.
all of Christopher Nolan's films, you know, Interstellar. There's no way you can watch that like in like in a mini screen. Like you
Yeah.
can, but you're missing a point that he's trying to
Yeah.
make. Um, but the thing that stuck out to me about this movie is that you can watch it, and I don't know if this is like something that Netflix methodically thought out, but it's like you can consume this film both in the theaters because of how wide scale some of the scenes are, you know, like the concerts, the fight scenes. But the pacing of the film is and the story is very quick and snappy. That it you can also consume it in it feels like a TV show in some way, like they're like condensed into episodes. So so whether you watch in the theaters, like surrounded with kids making dancing around, or even in the privacy of your room, you can still enjoy the film in its entirety, which I thought was very fascinating to me.
Yeah, I mean that's a great insight because it is very fast paced.
Mhm.
Which I think is especially in animation is like so important.
Mhm.
Um,
When I saw the time and it was like an hour and 38 minutes, I was like, wow, this is refreshing. Because it's like when I sit down and watch a movie, I expect 2 hours and 30 minutes of my life to be consumed that night.
Yeah.
yeah,
But for but the fact that it's that it's short, but it feels like you're getting so much beats and so much story and so much emotions from the character. I think that and they're able to do it within such a short time frame and still make
Yeah.
it like a wide scale cinema. Like it makes you question, can Dune 3 be condensed into an hour and 30 minutes?
Let's do a 90-minute Dune 3. Come on.
yeah. I
In
mean,
our fast-paced culture, like come on, Denny, like we don't have time
Yeah.
to watch a 3 hour movie.
and
Yeah.
that's the power of music in
Mhm.
storytelling,
Mhm.
because it allows you to not only is it fun, and this is a story about music and the way music brings people together, it also allows you to like feel for the characters and understand their journey. Like you get so much of what Rumi's going through in like
Mhm.
20-second snippet of Golden. Like her whole journey
Yeah.
is like summed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, this movie was a huge cultural moment.
Just
Uh,
a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah. And also to add, I think the fact that you can sing along to it is what's giving it its lasting effect, you know?
yeah,
Like one thing that I want to compare it to is Chappell Rowan's the Rise and Fall of a Midwestern Princess.
Princess. Yeah,
Yeah. And when it
my
first came,
biography. Yeah,
mhm. Like when it first came out, I already like she already had like a fan base, but she didn't really become popular until a year later. Like that
Yeah.
album didn't really, it was building momentum, but it didn't really peak until the following year. And I think it's because a lot of the songs there, you can just really sing along with it. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hottotgo, like
yeah,
Yeah.
you
It's
have
a
no
great
idea how,
hook.
yes, like you have no idea how many bars I've gone to, and all these gay men and lesbians would just break out singing the song Hottotgo and just like go do the dance moves, you know? And I think that's what keeps it going. And I think for K-pop Demon Hunters, a lot of the songs you can memorize and sing along, and the fact that they have sing-alongs
yeah,
um in theaters and even in Netflix, they're streaming a
yeah.
sing-along version.
And they
I
have
think
dance moves you can learn. Like kids will practice the dance and like be
mhm.
like, this is the golden dance.
and and
Yeah,
the way the choreography is animated feels so organic because there's some like moves or choreography that's in animation that are so fast and so snappy that it's like when you try to emulate it in social media, it
yeah,
just feels a little clunky. But I was noticing that Golden's choreography just felt so fluid and almost lifelike that it almost felt like, is this really animated, you know? And I think that and I thought that's what makes it like easier to follow. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, that's it, it gives kids a hook. I mean, I think of like, you think of the success of like Frozen and Let It Go and how catchy that song was, or you think of like when my cousins were little, they loved Sound of Music and they kind of would zone out and then the songs would come on and they would sing the songs and know all the words and those songs have like very easy lyrics to learn and then okay, the song's done. Okay, well like we'll play till the next song, you know. But they loved that movie. Kids love music and they also love angst and double life pop stars and superheroes. And this movie has it all. Co-written and directed by Maggie Kang and Chris Applehans. This is the most watched original title in Netflix history. So huge new element to the Netflix brand. It won two Golden Globes for Best Animated Movie and Best Original Song, and nominated for two Oscars. for Best Animated Movie and Best Original Song. If the Teen Choice Awards still exist,
Woo, they would sweep.
sweep.
Mhm.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
yeah.
Arden Cho would be able to buy a new house with all that Teen Choice Awards money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. That
Uh,
surfboard.
that's surfboard. Yeah.
Mhm.
House on the beach. So speaking of Teen Wolf's Arden Cho,
Yes.
uh, plays Rumi as well as the singer EJ plays her singing voice. Mei Hong and Audrey Nuna are Mira. Ji Young Yu and Ray Ami are Zoe. An Hyo Sop is Jinu. Andrew Choi is the singing voice. Yoonjin Kim as Celine with legend Lea Salonga providing the
Mhm.
singing voice. I don't remember her singing in the movie. We were talking about this, but
Yeah, wait, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that one more time? Who is doing the singing voice?
Lea Salonga.
Yeah.
What? When
Yeah,
does she sing?
I think
Oh,
she had one line. She
Well,
had
she was
one
like
line where she was
humming
singing. Yes.
when they're like big
oh,
kids. But
That's
I'm
that's
like,
that's how hollow she is in the musical world. Like even her
yes.
humming would probably cost half the budget
I was gonna
of
say,
Netflix.
yeah. Like if Lea
wow,
Salonga so much
incredible.
as looks as at your project, you're putting her in the credits.
Exactly.
Mhm.
100%. 100%. That is, wow, stunning.
Joachim Booster as Romance Saja, Alan Lee and Kevin Wu as Mystery Saja, Sung Woo Cho and Nekwave as Abby Saja, Danny Chung as Baby Saja, Daniel Day Kim as Dr. Healer Han, Ken Jeong as Bobby, uh, Lee Byung Hun as Gui Ma, Liza Koshy plays an interviewer. You may
Yeah.
know her from
Mhm.
Life of a Teenage Kraken, or what was that? Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken. One
And
of
like
Yeah.
our,
and other like hosting shows she's done.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
so it's not her first time doing that.
Yeah.
No, but our Ruby Gillman episode took off, and that always surprises me. So it's like shout out to Ruby Gillman. Uh, Also, I believe the voice of Abby Saja was a Viner.
Yes. Yeah. Sungwon, he's great. He goes by ProZD on YouTube and I think maybe Twitch.
Mm.
But yeah, he does, I mean, he does a ton of voice acting and he does a bunch of like comedy clips and stuff.
Yeah.
I love watching his videos. He's so funny.
I
Um,
I
yeah.
remember I remember his like his videos would just populate my YouTube algorithm,
Yeah.
and I would just see him just do all these voiceovers, and like
Mhm.
he's just very talented
So talented.
to the point where I was just like, okay, I'm done.
I can't
Can't
be
watch it
like
I
anymore.
get
you.
It's
it.
too
I
good.
have no I'm like, I get it. I have no talent. Thank you. Let's move on.
Before I get into the lore, I realize you can't see my shirt, but I have I have the Huntrix shirt that Bobby wears.
Amazing.
And
Mm.
then
I love that.
I love it too.
I have I got we got the Derpy Tiger from work.
Nice.
And then we went to in my town, there's like a store that's just claw machines. And we went there and Rafa won he won each time he played. He won three. I've never seen anyone win one before. He won three things. One of them was a tiger with the
And
hat.
he has the hat as he should have.
I
No,
love it.
because I remember one scene that the hat that Susie was wearing, the bird,
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
supposed to be for Derpy, but Susie keeps taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Derpy finally got the hat that he deserves.
Yeah.
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 So this movie actually pulls, if we're getting to the lore, it pulls a lot from Korean shamanism, Mugyo
Mhm.
or Sinism. So this is like ancient Korean religion uh, that involved a lot of shamans, women shamans and female shamans, who did this ritual called gut, that involved them singing and dancing and wearing costumes to keep evil spirits at bay and cleanse their communities, which is what directly inspired Maggie Kang to like create this story. So that this is actually like using music, like female-led music to like save the world from evil is. rooted in mythology and culture. Uh, and a lot of Rumi's character was actually inspired by the mythical Princess Bari, the first
Mm.
shaman and a patron goddess of shamans. She has a story, and we love to tell a backstory here. So there's this, once upon a time, there's this king who had just gotten married, and a foreseer was like, if you don't wait a year to consummate your marriage, you'll have seven daughters and no sons. And he was like, yeah, right. So he and his wife were horny. They hooked up, six daughters. And so,
Typical story.
typical story. Yeah, they can't keep it in. And by the time he got to the seventh daughter, he was like, I
Oh
get rid of
shit.
her,
They were
dispose of
right.
her. Yeah. Oh, they were right, and I'm pissed about it. So he says, dispose of her. And so she's left in the wilderness, and her name, Bari Degi, means the one who was thrown away. And she was found and raised by a poor old couple. Uh, and when she was 15, this is so classic, like fairy tale princess storyline.
Mm. It's giving Thumbelina right now, you know.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Melina,
Yeah.
yeah, like uh Hercules a bit, like Disney
Okay.
Hercules.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um but the king falls ill, and the force and different foreseer is like the only cure is the water of life in the netherworld, guarded by the gatekeeper. And his six princess daughters refuse to go, so they send word to Bari, who knows at this point that she's been abandoned by her family. But she does her duty as a daughter and is like, sure, I'll go to the underworld for you, even though you abandoned me. So she goes to the underworld, and the gatekeeper is like, you have to work 9 years for me, and then spend 7 more years with me, and have seven sons with me, and then you can get what you want. And she's like, bet, all right. Uh, so she does it, and by the time she returns to Earth with her demon husband and seven supernatural sons, she's arrives for her parents' funeral procession, but she uses the elixir of life to bring them back to life. And the king is like, "Oh my gosh, thank you. You can have half the kingdom." And she's like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go live in the underworld and guard and take care of the dead." So she becomes like the first shaman, and she's the patron of shamans and the dead. So she's like a bridge between the worlds. Um, so it has a very traditional fairy tale beginning, but not a very traditional fairy tale ending, or at least maybe one that Western audiences would expect.
Mhm.
Um, but a
It
very metal one.
Mhm.
it kind of reminds me a little bit of Persephone, you
Yeah,
know,
Yeah.
like trying like it has the underworld like the underworld embedded into the story, and just someone who's doing their duty, and they're
yeah,
put in a very they're put in a situation that they don't that's not favorable, but they still commit to their duties, and they realize what and then they realize that this is what their fate is, their destiny. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Embracing the two halves,
Mhm.
a lot like Rumi has to in her
Yes.
story. Yeah. Um, so this movie, obviously, K-pop Demon Hunters. What are the demons? Now, demons, uh, is an umbrella term, and it's we talked a lot about demons in our Diablo episode back in the day, but that was a very Western concept of what a demon is. And so, whenever you're translating, there's always a bit of a adjustment. Like what we would say demon isn't the like a fallen spirit, malevolent fallen angel isn't exactly what they mean. Uh, when they say K-pop demon hunters. Sorry to all the youth pastors who I know have made a sermon on this movie. The only way to get golden is through accepting Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior. I could
Amen.
do it. I could do it.
Mhm.
Uh, Jeosung Saja is a Grim Reaper character in Korean folklore. Though it's more of like it's not like a singular man. It's a being. So it's a messenger of the underworld, but Saja also means lion. So that's why it's like the Saja Pride in the movie. But they are like I think it's called the Psychopomp. They guide souls to the underworld, like the Grim Reaper or Hermes, or it's a very common figure in different cultures. And that costume that they wear in the Your Idol performance is the traditional costume of these creatures or these beings. Uh, there's also a lot of demons with like very horns and colorful faces, and these are the Dokkaebi, which are more like goblins or ogres. And so they're like forces of nature that can help or hurt. They have magical objects. Their powers vary from story to story, which lines up with everything we've ever learned about what goblins or fairies on this podcast is that it's all a very nebulous definition. It
Hmm.
varies from context to context. So that inspired the look of a lot of the demons. But like if you think of the bathhouse fight scene and those water demons,
Mm-hmm.
the Muguishin. So those are the souls of those who have drowned and seek to drown others and drag them down.
Mm.
So it's like an angry ghost. And there's also the egg ghosts, who are the faceless and limbless, and they're supposed to be like terrifying. And that kind of inspired those kind of faceless demons, like on the train fight scene, the ones that kind of like
Hmm.
swarm.
Oh, yeah.
Um, Very Dark Souls energy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
indeed.
uh, but even the weapons in this movie are based in like Korean culture and mythology. So Rumi's sword is inspired by the Sangeorm, which is a powerful sword made of a time of astrological importance that only happens every 60 years. So this is like a very special sword that contains like tiger energy. Like what's it? Two and a Half Men guy may think he has tiger
Oh,
blood, but he has nothing compared to this sword.
uh, oh my God. I almost
Charlie
said,
Sheen.
yeah, Charlie Sheen.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I almost said a different Charlie that I'm not going to
Oh,
name on this podcast. Yeah.
yeah. Um, so this sword though contains powerful energy to protect from evil. It's not actually used as a sword, it's used as an amulet, as a protective force. And the inscription says, it brings down electricity from heaven, raises spirits from the earth, embodies the forms of the sun and moon, and shapes mountains and rivers. So it's vanquishing evil not through physical fighting, but through harmony, cosmic order. And so that all aligns with like Rumi as like pop royalty, as someone who's a perfectionist, as someone who brings harmony, like the perfect weapon.
You know, you do such a great job with the lore research, but
Hmm.
today this lore is hitting different. Like
Yeah.
everything you're saying, I'm like, oh my God, I see it. That makes so much
Hmm.
sense. It's hitting.
I
What a way to start the year, Cullen.
I owe it all to the bloggers because bloggers were compiling things
Shout
and
out
I
to
was like,
bloggers.
shout out to bloggers because I was
Yeah.
like, where do I start? And then I didn't even type in K-pop demon hunters. I typed like Korean demon mythology, and then all these things were like, this is the lore behind K-pop demon hunters. So I would like to thank that community because they did a lot of the work for me.
Yeah.
They gave me all this amazing stuff that I may not have been able to find on my
Mm.
own. So
And
Shout
it's
out.
sometimes
and
the
it's a lot,
internet actually shares information.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot simpler than like reading, I don't know, like a 300-page book by a professor
Yeah.
like in somewhere like in University of Minnesota or like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like nothing wrong with their books. I would love to read their very cited textbooks, but it's like if you're trying to understand it in such a short span of time or trying to like make it digestible for the overall population, then those bloggers are doing a great job
Yeah.
just making it digestible and easier to
Yeah.
understand. No.
Yeah.
100%.
And pulling from cultural context that I may not
Hmm.
see. So I do really appreciate them because yeah, I was like, oh, this all lines up so well. So the filmmakers really did their due
Yeah.
diligence.
Hmm.
And also, my library card doesn't always work online. It only works over the phone and in person for some reason.
Hmm.
So I was gonna get a book from the library, and then I was like, "Oh, the ebook is there. Don't want to drive downtown. There's a lot going on right now."
Yeah.
uh,
And those one-way streets, man, they
yeah. Though
like
I do love the downtown LA library. I
mhm.
found some great research books there, and I do feel like a scholar when I'm there. But then I get
Yeah.
all these books, and then remember I got the Werewolf Pact Magic, and I realized I needed to get Werewolf Magic first. So I was reading out of order. Foolish. But so that was Rumi's sword. So Mira's sword is based on like a Gaia weapon, where this group of Korean people combined their agricultural tech with like Chinese weapon making tech to kind of refine the weapon for their needs, and it became a symbol of like finding harmony, which kind of represents like Mira's journey of like finding a community and combining different elements. And Zoe's blades are inspired by the traditional shaman blades, Sinkal, which were used for exorcism, fortune telling, and connection to the divine. So they were commonly and still actively are used by Korean shamans to drive out evil, to bring in positive energy. So again, perfect fit.
Hmm.
And then the tiger and the bird. So this
Yes.
comes from Hojakdo, which is a type of Korean artwork that is actually very satirical. So it's meant to poke fun because the tiger is a symbol of Korea and the Korean people, but specifically like the noble class and the elites. And so that's why in the art, the tiger looks silly and
Hmm.
has big eyes and goofy faces. And it's depicted with the magpie, which is a bringer of good news, good fortune, but also a symbol of like the common folk.
Mm,
So that's why the art makes like the ruling class look very silly. Um, and
And
interesting.
it,
that's how, and honestly, how the magpie is always looking down on the ruling class. It's like, or like the tiger. That's just how we look at all these billionaires and
Yeah.
yeah,
all these
having
elites. Like,
their tacky ass weddings,
Yep.
flying
mhm.
to space.
Their ketamine infused Twitter complaint rants. I'm just like,
Yeah.
We're just
lay off.
sighing like,
Yeah,
uh,
I am, for people who are allegedly running companies and countries, I'm like, I don't have time to post this much on social media. Where are you
exactly.
getting
right.
this
Good
time?
point.
Like, don't you have paperwork to do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
paper.
exactly. And I know
This
some of
is
them are in diapers, so it's like it's not like they have the time in the toilet to be doing it. It's eliminated
Uh,
from their schedule. Yeah.
oh
yeah.
man, we are definitely the magpies right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so magpie coded.
I'm so magpie coated.
Yeah. So that's the lore. So it pulls so much, and it does it. I think it's when you have a voice from the culture behind, like in the director's chair, it doesn't feel as forced. It can feel very like they're not stopping to explain it. Like it's all there if you want to look into it, but they're not stopping to explain. Like you could get all the context you need from the movie itself,
Yeah.
but it just has this richness. And I know, like for example, Disney has done a lot more work to like be more educated when they're depicting other cultures. Even like if you compare Aladdin to Pocahontas, those movies are a few years apart, and a lot more effort was made. But even now, you could I mean, we can't talk about
I
Pocahontas.
was to
There's
say,
there's
we
too
should
much
specify a lot more effort was made with Pocahontas
than Aladdin.
than
Yes.
Aladdin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but there's even still, as
Yeah,
there's a
like
lot to unpack with that movie.
li- yeah, like Moana is like one
Yeah.
example. It's like when I saw this video where they actually brought in a lot of Pacific Islanders. Like they created a coalition of Pacific Islanders
Yeah.
and researchers who educated and informed them of like the history of the islands
Yeah.
and how voyaging was such a integral part of their life and how the ocean kind of guided them into like
Yeah.
discovering new lands. But then they also made, but then from there they built like the heart of the story,
Yeah.
which is, trying to find a way to reconnect with your past. But yeah, just trying to
Yeah.
reconnect with your past.
Yeah, and you can check out our Moana episode and we talk
Hmm.
about that. But even then, so like compare like Moana to Pocahontas and how much more authentic the representation Moana was. But even still, like they had a consulting coalition, but the what not necessarily the directors and creators being from that community.
Right.
And so it still is a lot more, it still comes from somewhat of an outsider perspective.
Hmm.
And this has a bit of that insider edge,
Yeah.
um, that allows it to, like when it pulls like anime references in like the animation style or K-drama references, it doesn't overdo it. It feels like tastefully done. It doesn't feel like,
It feels
ugh, yeah,
like an
Mhm.
appreciative nod rather
yeah,
than like a ha ha. It's,
Mhm.
yeah,
yes, it feels like it does it. It feels like I am watching something that is made with such care to
yeah,
every cultural reference that is included. And so
yeah,
like yeah, it that's why like I have reverence and respect for this movie because the movie and the creators respected the movie and the references and stuff and the
yeah,
culture that they're pulling from. And yeah, absolutely. Like having the director be from this culture and like having that connection is so incredibly important. And
yeah,
yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. So let's talk about this more. Let's talk about the plot of this movie. Um, we get a classic, Galadriel, the world has changed
Yes.
Yeah.
opener.
I
Mhm.
immediately thought that too. Yep.
Yeah. We learn about the power of the demon hunters who unite people and uplift them with music and song to protect people from their having their souls eaten by the demons who serve Guima, uh, the demon king. Um, and so the hunters have every generation, there's a new group of hunters to unite the world in song and fight the demons. Uh,
And and can I add that the fact like showing the different demon hunters like with the clothing and the different
yeah,
eras was
Yes.
just and the way they transition was such a good montage.
Yeah.
And it also highlights that K-pop hasn't just been a recent phenomenon. It's been an ongoing, it's been like decades long of development and evolution.
yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Like the idea that like K-pop as we know it is very different from like the references they're playing. It's like it's just like Korean music has existed. This is just
mhm.
an iteration of it.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that point that like we see the evolution of Korean music specifically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
And
it it also kind of combats, I think, Westerners often have kind of this view of Asia where it's like ancient times and then now it's modern.
yeah,
Like it's like
Yes.
two
yeah.
and there's like nothing happened in the
Yep.
middle. And it's very much
Exactly.
like once they became involved in like white people's bullshit, okay, now they're here. But like
Yeah.
it was obviously places have histories and change and
Mhm.
evolve, and they don't just go from like 400 BC to 1987. Like there's a
Mhm.
Yeah.
lot of things happen in between those
E-
years.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a great intro. I can't wait. I hope there's a lot of fanfics written about all those different generations of hunters.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
what they have, what is that? Probably like four or five different groups. Okay, there you go. Four or five different movie ideas. Let's go. Let's
there
do
you go.
every one that's referenced. I'm
Go,
ready.
go.
Mhm.
I'd rather give it to AO3. Have
Yeah.
AO3,
We
True, true,
want
true, true.
we want a Dream Girls version of Huntrix. Let's just say
Yeah.
that.
Oh, the
You know,
Sunshine Sisters.
they're the Sunshine
Or
Sisters.
the Starlight Sisters. The Sunshine Sisters, right? Were the group before that
Yeah.
Celine was in and Rumi's mom.
Yes.
Mm,
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
know if she ends up with the demon. How
Yep.
does
yeah,
Celine, singing voiced by Leah Salonga, feel about that?
yeah.
That's so
Like,
Leia
wild. Is
Salonga
Leah
can
Salonga.
actually sing more than a
yeah.
hum this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, but the budget
Well,
significantly spikes.
like, but now they're
Yeah.
Netflix's most watched original property. So,
Yeah,
Mhm.
true. They get the budget now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so we open with the success of Huntrix. They're finishing their world tour. We get this great montage to introduce them where the fans are talking about what they love about them. Uh, I love like these groups of like fangirls, group like fanboys, groups of gay men.
Yep.
Like the ones weeping about Rumi's singing voice. I'm like, yep.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like those three muscular guys where they're just constantly crying.
Tears.
I
Yeah.
don't I think they are always crying,
Yeah.
like every time you see
Yeah.
them.
They're all definitely exes of Rose Landry. And they're like, so Rumi is famous for her vocals for being pop royalty because her mother was a Sunshine Sister. And she was raised by Celine from the Sunshine Sisters after her mother's death. We get Mira, who is the black sheep of the family, and she's like the choreography. She's got the moves, and then we had Zoe, who's from Burbank, California.
From a crazy place called Burbank, California.
You know, she's
Yeah.
Korean American. She's the rapper and the lyricist, and she goes crazy in rap battles.
Mhm.
Uh, so they all appeal to, it's like every band needs to have like their, this is the fun one, this is the singer, this is the lyricist, this is the dancer. Like they have their personality that they bring so fans can like
There's the
connect.
edgy one like Mira, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's this, you think of the Spice Girls,
Yeah.
you know, Sporty
Mhm.
Spice, doing weird dances at your son's wedding Spice, you know, like all the different flavors.
Uh,
Ginger, yeah. Uh, so they're at the tour, but they're not showing up. Bobby is like, "Where are they? Where are you?" Because while they're snacking in the plane, they're being kidnapped by demons.
Yeah.
it's an attempted kidnapping.
Yeah, demons
And
who
it
water the plants with coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. The pilots, I love when it goes to the pilots because obviously like their illusion is breaking and it goes to the pilots and they're just like doot 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 and I'm like
Mhm.
that is exactly what a
Seatbelt.
human pilot does in the front while they're flying. I know it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
tell me otherwise.
yeah.
And
Uh,
I think the final straw for them was that they were just trying to enjoy their ramyeon and they don't have hot
Yes.
water,
Yep.
you
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back for them. They're
Yep.
like, we're late for a concert and we can't eat our ramyeon. You guys are going down.
Yep.
yeah. And
And so
they got the marks too. That's they established a lot very quickly in this
yes.
Mhm.
scene with like, oh, they have the marks. Even just like when Bobby is like, oh my gosh, the fans are on the phone, or like they take the phone and like one guy's like, look at my tattoo, and they're like, ooh, and Mira's like,
It's like
ooh,
sick.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you get their personalities so quickly.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, we get the first song, How It's Done.
Hmm.
Featuring one of the top lyrics of the 2020s, I'm calling it now.
Uh-huh.
Heels, lips, blades, mascara, fit
From
check for my
a napalm era.
era. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is top tier.
I
That goes up with going down, down, down like the economy in down.
Yeah, I briefly watched a video of the songwriter basically I think like there was like they like misheard what she had originally wrote or the other person and they're like, "Did you say napalm era?" And then they're like, "No, but now we are saying that."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's awesome. I love that."
Mhm.
Uh Yeah, so you get this amazing fight sequence where they're snacking and fighting and uh
They trashed the plane.
yeah, well
Mhm.
yeah, the plane's already cutting
Boeing is
into
Yeah.
jealous.
Boeing. Yeah, Boeing wishes they could trash their planes at the
Mhm.
same rate. And they fly down to the concert
Yeah.
and they with explosions of color and demon blasting and everyone's just like, "Wow, the special effects."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a diva moment, honestly,
Yes.
because you can honestly see Lady Gaga or Beyonce doing like a very similar stunt like that, you
Oh
know?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Pink's flying all the time.
Yep.
I don't think she touches the
Yeah.
Always on
ground in
those
her
aerial
concerts.
silks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember there's a diva who when the when she flew up in from from stage, she just started flipping, like doing a like a front flip.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, I
I,
think of the was it Fergie on Good Morning America? The and she's like just flipping around.
Yes,
yeah,
doing
Yeah.
like
yeah.
somersaults or was it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
cartwheels.
so we get this amazing intro with like their silhouettes and the crowd goes wild and they're sealing the honmoon, which is the like force field that keeps the demons at bay.
And can I say the honmoon, like the cinematography for it is just beautiful
Yeah.
because when you really think about it, it looks like the musical scores, the musical lines.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the fact that they're able to blend it and make it connected to music was just, it's very rich in detail.
Yeah, and the use of color becomes so important throughout the movie because like while they're finishing up their song, you see like the flash of gold and like what you said, like
Hmm.
kind of like the sheet music pattern. And
Yeah.
then, there's like the pink and the blue competing. It's such a great visual aid for the film. And yeah, it is. It's so good.
Because they could have easily just made it like a faint force field,
Yeah.
but to they wanted like every detail to they incorporated related to music.
Hmm.
Well, that's just, animators and artists
Yeah.
are just so talented and they just
And
put so much
human,
effort. Yeah,
human
human.
artists,
Yes. Humans,
humans. They got those
elves
brains.
even, not robots. I'm sorry. Sorry C3PO. I just don't think you could
Yeah.
have made
No,
K-pop Demon Hunter C3PO.
no, I'm not
Yeah.
apologizing to C3PO.
AI is not allowed in here
Yeah.
whatsoever.
No.
The only AI I will tolerate is ass implants. Um, yeah.
Okay. The only A1 I like is on my
That is
steak.
sick. Yeah.
The only AI I will justify is dancing cats. The
Wonderful.
dancing cat
Yeah,
AI.
but then
Yeah.
now it's ruining my ability to watch cute animal videos
Yeah.
Mm,
because then sometimes it's fake. And I'm like, is
Hmm.
it real? And that actually ties into the next plot point is it's time for couch, 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 couch.
couch, couch.
They did their chore, they're gonna relax. And Zoe has picked a movie for them to watch, but it's actually a compilation of 700 turtle videos.
Yep.
And Mira is like, that's so boring, I can't wait.
Yeah.
And that's so real because sometimes you're like, I'm gonna relax, I'm gonna watch a movie, and then you're like, actually, I'm gonna watch.
Actually, I'm
Uh,
gonna watch a Vine compilation of
yeah,
Vines that I've watched 3,000 times. I'm gonna quote along.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
watch an hour and a half YouTube video essay about a movie. I'm going to watch a
Yeah.
movie. Yeah. But speaking of the Hun Moon, it's gonna be the goal is for to have a golden Hun Moon, and the demons are perma sealed in.
Yeah.
Um, and so Rumi, the workaholic, is like, so did you have a good break? And they're like,
I
what?
just got
We
home.
just got home. She's like, I have the album. This is the realest, but this is the hardest part for me. They're like weeping, and I'm like, I get it. I'm tired too. I'm so
Yeah.
tired. And it's
Yeah.
January. We just had a bit of a holiday break, and I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Uh, and yeah, Rumi's like, I released Golden. I can do it on my phone.
Yep. I love the idea that like
Just hit release.
yeah, it's a release button. She just has the file sitting on her phone.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
releases it and they're like, here's your outfits,
Mhm.
which all of the outfits are so
so
good.
good.
It
Um,
makes
I love the closet with all of the different outfits
Oh
that
yeah.
we see. So cool.
Honestly, the fact that Rumi could just press a button and just release Golden makes you wonder what is the purpose of their manager? Or like, do they have a
Yeah.
PR team? It's
I
like,
think Bobby does it all. I think he schedules things, he handles the
mhm.
fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it makes you it also begs the question, has Rumi done this before? Like if she
Yeah.
has, shouldn't they like not give her the nuclear
Yep.
switch?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I
Take the
think
button from her.
I think Bobby is, that's why he's so overworked Is
Mm.
Rumi is like, can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like
literally.
that collab with Miley Cyrus that we did. Sorry, Bobby,
Mm.
that's going out. I know you wanted to wait to release it, for Women's History Month, but it's coming out at the holidays. Sorry.
Yeah. We can't wait a week. We can't wait a month, you know.
Yeah,
It
No.
has to happen now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, Rumi, and I think this is one of the smartest um like storytelling decisions in the movie is like her doing that and doing it so soon or being a workaholic is so tied to her motivation. And we get that we're like, why did she release it? Why isn't she giving them a break? And then immediately we get like through Golden with the song and we
Yeah.
see her with the patterns and we're starting to put
Hmm.
together. And I'm like, genius. Like her
Mm.
motivation is we got to do this now. We're so close to seeing gold. I'm so close to being normal, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mm.
she is motivated by the fact that she's half demon, and that when the honeymoon is golden, her demon part will be wiped away,
supposedly.
supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly.
That's a
And so
theory.
that's the theory. That's what Celine, singing voice by Leah Salonga, has told her whole life.
Yeah.
Her
And
humming has indicated it.
Yeah.
yeah, that her reflection will show who she is
Yeah.
inside, when, you know,
Yes.
and so that's why she,
You'll
even
bring
though
honor to us all.
she'll bring honor to her, to
Yeah. It's gonna
everyone,
be a whole new world
whole new
for
world
them.
for her.
Yes. Excellent.
But because her voice is struggling, because she's working so much, and then the demon energy is creeping up to her neck.
Yeah.
It's gonna take her
Mm.
beautiful voice.
But and she needs that voice in order to seal the honmoon.
Yeah. So
So
her
like
Mm.
her body's attacking itself and like taking away her power. So it's like
yeah,
it's such a genius script. It's so good.
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
and not to make every angsty character a queer metaphor, but
But let's make this one
Yeah,
a queer
let's
add it to the
let's
metaphor.
queer it
list.
up. Let's do
Listen,
it.
Yeah,
we know
you.
bisexual lighting when we see it. Okay?
Yes, we do. Elsa wanted to conceal, don't feel her ice powers, and this other braided angsty girl
Yep.
is feeling that there's something inside of her that's wrong and a mistake, and she wants to get rid of that part so she
She's been
can
told to
be
hide it.
good. She's been told to hide it
Mm.
from her friends. They won't understand. She has to delete that part of herself to be free.
Yep.
Um, and maybe that's not what she needs. Um,
Maybe
yeah.
that's restrictive and causes anxiety and stress
Yeah. And
and other
maybe
health
you
problems.
end up with
Yeah.
permanent eye bags because you didn't sleep a lot as a teenager because you were scared of this darkness inside of
Mm.
you that you couldn't seem to get rid of.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
more you resist
Demonic
them,
force.
like the patterns are just creeping up, you know?
Yes,
Yeah.
the more you resist it, the more it's coming out.
The more it
Yeah.
fuels the shame because the
Yes.
patterns are connected to shame.
Yes.
Uh, yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Writing, we're so back, baby. Uh, she releases Golden. Which so actually I saw this movie like twice this past month because I watched for the podcast, but actually I watched it for a second time because uh like I told my husband Rafa about it and he like wasn't really he's like okay whatever, and then he got into the song Golden because it's everywhere and he's like, oh, I
Uh-huh.
love this song, and then I'm like, okay, well we'll watch the movie so you can know what the song is from, and he's like, oh, I liked it. And he's like, I don't know what I was expecting the movie to be, and I'm like, to be fair, when I started it I didn't know what I expected either.
Hmm.
No, but I
Yeah.
was sold on the title, K-pop Demon Hunters. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Uh,
so I actually knew about K-pop Demon Hunters before it got popular because I think well I saw that it was going to premiere. So it was
yeah.
like they're doing the promotion for it.
Yeah.
And in my mind I was thinking like I think this is going to become popular. And I put it on my to watch list, but anything I throw into my watch list just ends up being I never see it until maybe a year or two later, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but in the back of my mind, I was thinking this is gonna be big because it's like one, we're in the golden age of K-pop.
Yep.
Hmm.
Two, like Netflix always has their market researchers vetting everything. So if they think this is good, then it's gonna fly. Um, I just didn't expect it to be this popular,
Yeah.
like to reach
Yeah.
this global, because one is like animation, like it's usually animated stuff don't unless it's like a sing along. So maybe
Yeah.
I did a miscalculation in that thought,
Yeah.
Yeah, so
but
did Sony Pictures Animation.
yeah,
Yeah. I
Anyway.
mean, the kids, I don't know many children at my big age, I know like a few cousin-in-laws, but they like K-pop. The
yeah,
the few children I know seem to be into K-pop. Uh and so like to me, oh yeah, it makes sense. Like this is a thing that kids are into. Um they're into oh, what's that band? See, I'm not into I'm so unk. The
You're gonna say BTS?
well, I know BTS
Super
Okay.
behind the
Junior,
scenes. No, the
Super Junior, oh my gosh, they're old. That
yeah.
so I mean
the one
maybe
with
we
the
could
the
talk.
girls, and one of them is named Rose.
You're talking
Oh,
about Blackpink?
Blackpink.
Blackpink. Yes, I'm
Blackpink.
Yeah.
like the song with
Blackpink,
Selena Gomez. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I mean I guess let's quickly talk a little bit about our history with K-pop. So I'm a second generation K-pop girly. I
Hmm.
listened
Mm.
to Super Junior
Girls'
and Girls'
Generation,
Generation.
Sistars.
Yes, I listened to those groups when I was in high school, and I just kind of fell up the bandwagon. And then,
Hmm.
like this generation came up, and I never really got into it. Like, I didn't really get into BTS or anything. It was really this movie. I was listening to the soundtrack on YouTube, and so the algorithm started feeding me, these groups who have now been around for a couple of years and that music. And then I got back into it. I was like, God, I forgot how good it and it
Yeah.
has only gotten better. Like K-pop now is like you bitches have it so lucky. Like Super Junior had some cheesy ass songs. Girls' Generation has
Yeah.
some cheesy songs. These songs are sexy. Like
Hmm.
like K-pop is just it's just getting better.
Hey,
It's well,
you took the words right out of my mouth, honestly, because
listen, kindred spirits right here.
yeah, it's like because I'm also a second generation K-pop fan,
Yeah.
and my first entry was Super Junior,
Yeah.
Girls' Generation, Sistars. What was that boy band that had G Dragon and Taeyong?
Oh
Um,
gosh.
because I do have a thought about this. They were part of Big Bang. Um,
Oh
do you remember
yes.
Big Bang?
Yes.
So so I was a K-pop army before K-pop armies were big because
Right.
I was really into Super Junior, and when Big Bang was coming up, I refused to listen to their songs
Right.
because I didn't want because I knew
You
Big
didn't want to
Bang.
destroy their honmoon and
Yeah,
give it to
no,
their
Yeah.
absolutely,
rival. Yeah.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
They were so close to getting the golden honmoon, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, unlike Huntrix, they failed.
Yeah.
It was after a couple of them were enlisted in the army. So it's
Yeah.
like
Mm.
they kind of fell off after that. But I just remember being so really into Girls' Generation and Super Junior, and me listening to Big Bang was kind of like a betrayal of like moving on to the next one, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to do that. And so it was
Yeah.
so I don't know why, but like so when I see like K-pop fans like militarized and organized, I in my mind I was thinking, I understand where you're coming from. I've been
Yeah.
there.
You get
B-
it.
But but also it's like I was looking at Blackpink and Twice
Yeah.
and BTS music videos, and I was thinking like the past K-pop artists, they paved the way. They did exactly what you did. And I watched the old music videos I used to watch, specifically I'm sorry, Girls' Generation,
Hmm.
and maybe I was looking through it through rose-colored eyes, but like their choreo wasn't that great. It was very simple. It was
Yeah.
like just very, just waving the hands and everything. it was very intricate at its time, but
Yeah.
Twice and Blackpink just took the choreo to
Yeah.
another level. Like Lisa, Jennie, Rose. Um, so so I can't so I give a lot of love to Blackpink because they really
Yeah.
did up the level.
Yeah.
Um, and another thing too is that that's the thing that K-pop, like at least the K-pop industry is really good at, is that it's adapting to the zeitgeist of the moment,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like most of the K-pop artists back then, like Sistars and Girls' Generation, etc., they were basically like Barbie dolls,
Yeah.
They were just like they were created, formed, molded for the male gaze. But now you have, with like the feminist movement and the Me Too movement becoming such a very like pinnacle part of our culture, K-pop introduced um K-pop introduced Blackpink, which had like a very much girl boss vibe to them. Like you would have thought they read the book Lean In, at least 100 times.
Yeah.
Like they probably were besties with Sheryl Sandberg.
Yeah.
And 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 even like back then, like Sistars and some of the the earlier generation, they had to evolve to become more darker and edgier and very much like we don't need no man in our life. And so that's the thing that I appreciate, is that they
I love it.
yeah, is that they molded, they adapted, which
Yeah.
we can get into later, but I feel like that's been the history of just like Korean culture, is just adapting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, because they've done it more than just their music. Their culture has been all
Yeah.
about adapting.
Well,
Yeah.
even like we talked about Mira's weapon and how it combined like
Mhm.
Chinese technology with their own technology. And
Mhm.
the article I was reading compared it to, they're like Samsung didn't invent the smartphone, but they perfected it. That like they like just that what you're talking about, like the history of adaptation and like taking
Mhm.
things and making them their own and adding a new level and a new element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh so yeah, the girls are bopping to Golden. The
Mhm.
like huge song. It's super successful, and there's a reason it's Oscar nominated, Golden Globe winning. Uh, it is a banger, a
Yeah.
bop,
Yep.
a banger, an anthem.
Literally
Mhm.
certified now because it
Yeah,
has a Golden Globe. It's nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, and it's just it's so like inspirational. Like, yeah, it could be at a pride parade, it could be at a
Mhm.
quinceañera, it could be at a kid's birthday party.
It could
You
be
know,
a office holiday party,
Yeah, it could be at a club. Like
Yeah.
it fits
Yep.
every occasion.
They yeah. If all of us are getting bonuses and they're saying you're
You're
golden.
golden. Yeah,
Hmm.
all my performance reviews, I'm like, am I golden or am I takedown? Whichever song my boss plays is how I know how I did.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Or if you're
Uh,
getting laid off, you're free.
you're free. Oh no.
Excellent. That was excellent.
Yeah. So they're prepping for their live show of Golden. Meanwhile, in the underworld, the demon Guima. Did you hear about they made a Yule log of him for on Netflix for the holidays?
I did not see that. That's
Mm-mm.
so
You could have
funny.
him on your TV slowly eating souls for your holiday
Oh
ambiance.
no.
That I don't love the like oversaturation sometimes that not even Netflix, a lot of streaming services are guilty with when they have, a popular thing.
Yeah,
Uh, but that is excellent. An
yeah.
Mhm.
excellent
They're like, you want Wednesday, you want
because
Stranger Things,
they
you
have
want
the
Yeah.
Stranger Things
Guima.
Yule log is not I was like, this isn't interesting. But Gima, hello. Now that
Yeah.
makes sense. That's
Uh,
clever.
Yeah.
So down in the underworld, he's furious that the Huntrix keep getting away. They're too strong, they're too powerful. He's
Mhm.
starving. And then June starts a little diss track. It's like Demon King, he's so hungry, he can't eat souls. He's
Yeah.
like, I let you keep your voice and you mock me. And he's like, no, I'm here to help you. We can fight them with a boy band. And he has his demon friends do the pose and they're like, oh, that won't work. And then we do like a slow-mo shot of them like hair swishing, you know.
You know what I need? I need, and it probably exists, but I want all the iterations I can find of the conversation that Genu had to have with these guys to be like, come on, guys, like this is a good idea. Like
Yeah.
also introducing them to the idea of a boy band, being
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I want I want those conversations. I want that sitcom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I want.
It
AO3, get on it.
it
Send
also
me links.
it also implies that Gima just hates music because it's like of all the hundreds of years he's been fighting like the K-pop demon hunters, this is the first time he's actually used this strategy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know? And it's like so for him to like finally, realize like, oh, I guess I'll use music to get them too,
Yeah.
goes to show like he's just this antithesis of like everything that the K-pop demon hunters represent.
Yeah. If I've learned anything from being alive in 2026, it's that evil is really bad at using and creating art
Hmm.
to sell its message.
Yeah.
Um, because what we're getting is pretty bad. Like, I'm sorry, Kid Rock. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh,
Yeah.
you can't listen to Kid Rock anymore. I'm like, say less. I already wasn't. Can't wait
Yeah.
to hear him less.
People were
Yeah.
listening to Kid Rock.
Even when that Sweet Home Alabama song was trending or whatever, I was like, oh, I was a 12-year-old or however being like, please stop playing this on the radio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put on if we want some good country music, put on Leon Rhymes, put on
Yeah.
Shania.
Shania Twain.
Shania.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dolly
Yeah.
Parton. Dolly Parton 9 to 5 is speaking for the working class people.
Yeah.
Honestly. Hmm.
So
Yeah. So Genu comes up with this idea and he's like, all right, yeah, okay, let's try it. But they're struggling up on Earth with Golden because Rumi can't get her voice to hit the notes live. And everyone wants to hear her voice live. There's 10,000 screaming fans about to break in. The security guards are scared. And she runs off. She sneaks off. She's sprinting around. Uh, and she's like, I can't, she's having the worst kind of flashbacks are ones where you're a kid and you're singing. A child singing, you know that's gonna be a rough flashback.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's saying that, like, where Hunter's voice is strong, our faults and imperfections cannot be seen. And her in Celine, singing voiced by Leah Salonga, is like,
Yeah.
we have to get rid of your demon part. All
Hmm.
demons must be defeated. And she is kind of like, oh, I'm a mistake. Like, there's something
Yeah.
wrong with me. And she's like, oh no, you'll be fixed. We're fixing you.
I think there's like some kind of like imagine being a kid, and growing up thinking half of you is a mistake, half of you is a monster, half of you is something that we devoted our life to defeat and destroy and to
Wow, that's actually
carry.
really relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and like that kind of psychological trauma that it instills in you,
Yeah.
like it's like I just feel like an hour and 38 minutes is not enough time to like heal from that kind of
Yeah.
trauma,
Mm.
and it's
Yeah.
coming from the very person that you look up as a mother figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I understand where Celine, voiced by Leah Salonga, singing voice,
Mhm.
is coming from in that, like, she's not like some cartoony bossy mean parent. She's not even like a King Triton level. It's like
Right.
you get like what she's seen, what she's been through, why she thinks this way, and how she was handed something so difficult and hard for her worldview. And she's
Yeah.
doing her best to try and
Yeah.
reconcile the two, like that she loved her sunshine sister. She loves her child, Rumi, but Rumi has this thing that she's taught to see as fully evil. And
Yeah.
so the way she's trying to reconcile those two things has so much damage to Rumi um as a side effect. And it's just very realistic, like both how the parents feel, how Rumi feels. Um and so yeah, she's like, I just need the honmoon to be golden so I can be fixed. I'll be like a nice heterosexual human girl, and the show is canceled, but Mira and I like that Mira and Zoe are just like, obviously this is so out of character for her that they're just worried about her. They're not like, that's
Yeah.
so irresponsible of you. They're like, no, it's okay. Like, but they are like, we can't show our faults. Faults
Yeah.
and fears has never been seen. Hunter's voice is strong.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But Bobby's like, it's fine, I can handle this. My girls will sing when they're ready to sing.
Yeah.
Um,
Such a very supportive manager, honestly.
Yeah.
yeah.
He deserves more than 3% of their income.
I
He
was just gonna
deserves
say.
he
At
deserves at
least
least
15.
15. I was gonna
Yeah.
suggest 10, but 15 is actually should be the
Yeah.
standard, you know.
I
Yeah.
think the joke though is they're just so successful that
That
3%.
3% is,
Yeah.
millions and millions.
I mean, they
Yeah.
have like their own
Mhm.
Avengers tower.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, so she's struggling with this part demon angst, but Zoe's like, I know a guy. I have a solution. Zoe always has a
Well,
solution
she
and a
has like
plan.
a bunch of ideas, and she's like, but
Mhm.
here's my favorite.
Yeah. Because Zoe is eager to please.
Hmm.
Yeah.
She's eager to take care of those that she loves. And so they go to this sketchy doctor, and he's gonna offer them he analyzes the whole. He's a holistic practice.
Yeah.
And he's like, Rumi has walls. And she's like, what walls? And then he's like, Zoe, eager to please, you know. And he Mira is like, I dare you. Like he looks at her and
Yeah.
she scares him.
Yeah.
Uh, but he's like, great, I have this tonic, it'll fix your voice. But they realize that all the pictures of him and other singers, he's pasted himself in. Because she's
Yeah.
like, wait, there's a picture of him with us?
We just got here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, but while they're sneaking out with all the tonics, they see or they run into the Sasha boys.
Yeah.
And
But and can I add also
oh yeah, you had an
that
experience.
yes, I had my own Dr. Han at some point, you
Yes.
know. His name was Dr. Kim. So so growing up, you know, when I this was when I was in the fifth grade, you know, and I had this illness or like this cold or virus that just wouldn't go away. I was basically sick for a whole month, and it got pretty bad to the point where I was just like I would feel better in the morning, but then by night I was just coughing, sweating, just almost on the like I felt like I was dying. And mind you, that I was in the fifth grade, so this was like it wasn't going away. I went
Yeah.
to my primary care, my pediatrician. I was given antibiotics, and it just wouldn't work. And and then finally, my aunt suggested through friends, like, oh, he should see Dr. Kim. Um, and so we saw Dr. Kim, and Dr. Kim also looked at me with those beady eyes, you know, and was just like observing me to like checking my vitals. And at the very end, he concocted this tonic, which had the same packaging as the one in Demon Hunters, except if you peel it off, there's nothing underneath. It's not grape juice. I kind of wish it was grape juice because that stuff was so pungent. It was like it was very medicinal.
Did it
Um,
cure your plague?
it did.
Nice.
He's the real
Within a
deal.
week, yeah, within a week, I was feeling better and I was ready to go back to school, which was the sad part
Yeah.
at the time. But it was, but I remember just every morning my mom would be would be pouring that tonic onto a bowl, stirring it, heating it up, and it permeate the entire house.
Oh,
And I dreaded it. The taste was so powerful that you couldn't just gulp it down.
mm,
Like you couldn't hold your breath. Like you're gonna taste the pungentness of it. But it helped me a lot. Like it it cured me within a week. So
Maybe that's who
so
Zoe should have taken,
not Dr. Han, Dr.
Dr.
Kim.
Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so there it was very that scene was very relatable in that I had a Dr. Han at some point. It's not relatable in that Dr. Kim did not give me grape juice.
Yeah.
I kind of wish he did a little bit. Yeah.
And as they go out into the street, they see the Sasha boys, and Mira and Zoe are instantly
Infatuated.
infatuated. They see the
Mhm.
abs, and they're
Yeah.
like, their eyes are becoming. I love her eyes become abs, and they
And then
become
corn.
corn, and then it's
And then
popcorn, and Mira's eating the popcorn from a
it's
bowl.
so good. It's
Yeah.
so funny. Oh my gosh.
See, when Maggie Kang said in an interview that that she has no plans of turning it into a live action series, it
No.
makes sense.
I would
There's
do
Yes.
no
that live action. Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly, every detail, almost every detail of it is made for animation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there is no look that the human face can do that conveys your eyes turning into abs and then corn cobs, and then it's so hot that it pops into popcorn. Like,
Yeah.
there is no look you can do. No
Hmm.
actor is that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
Not even Lily Reinhart, and on Riverdale they had her doing some wild stuff and she
Maybe
handled it all, but that's a tough one.
maybe Willem Dafoe, but I don't but I don't think he can turn his eyes into
Corn
abs and
cobs and
popcorn.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what
yeah,
we do
yeah.
is we get William Dafoe and Lily Reinhart. We show them this scene and be like, who can do it?
Who can
And
do
we
it?
put it
Yeah.
on like the
Compete.
Jimmy Kimmel show. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh so and then one of them, the hottest one, the one in the back, Jiyun with his swoopy hair, bumps into Rumi and sends her grape juice flying, and we get this slow mo
So good.
sequence. They're playing like the like kind of like classic Korean pop, and like as the juice flies, and he looks at her, and then he's reaching out his hand like he's gonna help her up, and then
JK.
he's brushing himself
Mm-mm.
off. He's like, "Watch where you're going," and she's like,
Basically this.
"Yeah,"
Yeah.
and they're all
And
like, they're not even that cute. Like, oh my gosh, we
they're
hate
not even
them.
that hot. Yeah. And then they're hearing like a little bop. There's like a bop happening. They're like, what
Hmm.
is that bop?
And it's the Sasha Boys doing their hit Soda Pop.
Yeah.
Iconic.
With their
It
whole shoulder
their
pop.
shoulder. It's so catchy. I do love when they're like they see the patterns and all the special effects that they're doing, and
Yeah.
they're like that means they're demons, and Zoe's like magicians,
Magicians.
and
To
they're
be
like,
fair, that is something a magician would do. And I was like, it's always so right.
yeah,
Hmm.
so right.
David Copperfield, who?
Yeah, and he even stole one of the grape juices.
Yeah, he did. The
Yeah.
Diabolical, demonic.
tonic. And
Yeah,
I bet you that's
Yeah.
why Dr. Han was like, well, I gotta get in on this craze.
yeah,
He was drinking my tonics.
yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, so they have this they're like they seem nice. Like demons are never nice, so they're like taking all the gifts that they're giving kids and stepping on them and stepping on the corn dogs.
Yeah,
Great scene. But they're like, yeah, come see us on the new show, play games with us.
yeah,
And they're like, okay, well, we'll see them after the show and we'll kill them because we can't kill them here in front of this
Yeah.
crowd.
yep.
So they get all dolled up in their like leather
Their
and
battle gear, the
their
battle
battle
leather.
gear.
Mhm.
The
Uh,
the nails say kill Saja. I want to
yeah.
I want to do my nails that way.
Yeah.
It's the looks are so iconic that it's deeply upsetting.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I don't know how to describe it.
they pull so much from like music videos
Hmm.
Yeah,
and like it's like has this music video logic to the world. And it
Yeah.
doesn't push it too much where it's like too
mm-mm.
ridiculous, but it's just like it's an emotional visual logic. Uh
Yes.
so they're on this crazy game show where they have to like drink hot sauce like babies.
And this is one of
Yeah.
those references that is again the the appreciative nod, right? To like the game shows, like the variety shows.
Yeah.
Like those shows can be so wild, especially from like a Western perspective. We're just like, what is happening? But like it's coming from like someone who appreciates that and it doesn't feel like it's poking fun. It's like, yeah, these shows are crazy, but we love
Yeah.
it. And it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, yeah,
And I think it's a very Asian kind of program because even in the
yeah,
Philippines we have like a lot of variety shows.
yeah.
So like some of our biggest stars actually came from variety shows like Vice Ganda, had
Yeah.
had had their start in variety shows, and now they're like one of the biggest names, and they're also very queer, very, you know, yeah, very queer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, and so Ji-yoon sees them waiting and is like, "Oh, look who's here. Huntrix." And they're like, "Oh, hide the weapons." And they're like, "Yeah, we're here to congratulate you." And they're
Mhm.
like, "Oh, come join us." And they bring out the slides with the ball pit and they
In the
slide down
vaults,
in the
in the
leather
vaults, in the vaults.
and the
And
leather
then,
squeaking.
yeah.
And everyone's like, "Ugh,
The
the leather
leather
has betrayed us."
betrayed us. Yeah.
It's such a great bit because that's something Maggie Kang mentioned in an interview was like, Marvel has all these like just characters that are cool, badass, hot, and she wanted like real girls. And just
Mhm.
the idea that, yeah, like a leather outfit looks sick as hell, but sometimes it's
It's not
inconvenient.
it's not
Yeah.
practical and it is going to squeak.
Yeah.
Like it that's just what happens,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get a new pair of like leathery Doc Martens, they could be squeaky, you're gonna look cool, but until you break those things in,
Yeah.
things
I
could be
mean,
squeaky.
yeah, like Black Widow, I,
Yeah.
like Black Widow, I get that she was trained in the Red Room and that she has all these skills that where she could assassinate anyone at snap, but to do it in leather is like, I
Well,
don't
she
know
has
how.
to pee in the middle of that. That's like
Yeah,
a full bodysuit, and the zipper doesn't go that low.
Yeah,
unless
so she has to like peel it off like a
Mhm.
like a scuba suit, basically. Yeah, it's not
And being naked in the stall, it just doesn't give like
it
elite,
feels
sleek,
Yeah,
sleek, efficient.
no,
unless that's what they were trained in the Red Room to hold their bladder until they're able to like get their mission done.
probably.
I don't
But
That's
know.
the
Yeah.
excuse that they would give in the
Mhm.
lore. But I'm
exactly.
like, then someone, what if someone kicks you in the stomach?
Yep.
You're gonna
Mhm.
pee yourself in leather?
Yeah, what if you sneeze? Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
Makes you think, honestly.
I mean, it
It
really
makes
makes
you
you
think.
think.
Begs the
Yeah.
question.
So on the show, they keep bowing to each other, just trying to be as respectful as possible. And I do love that they're all just like, oh, they're so
So
hot
hot
and
and
respectful.
respectful.
Mhm.
Uh, so they sneak off to a bathhouse, and which
But
is
it's a men's
it's a men's
bathhouse.
bathhouse, but the girls are always
Boo.
upset that Rumi won't go to the bathhouse with them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is at one point my team was like, we should do a bathhouse as bonding. And I'm like, so I'll just be in the
In
other alone
in
in
the
the other
men's
one.
bathhouse by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and so they run in and we get this fight with the water demons.
Mhm.
Uh, and in the fight, Jiyun realizes that Rumi is part demon. And in a dramatic sweeping motion, he hides
Yes.
the patterns from the other girls because they're almost overwhelmed without her. I think they're really the fight choreography is like incredible, amazing, and also
Hmm.
like thematically it lines up that whenever they're not cohesive, they struggle.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
And Rumi with her main character syndrome sometimes is off chasing June and like trying to figure something out, and then
Yep.
they're like, "Hey, we need you." Um, and they realize it's a men's bathhouse after they kill the demons and they run off.
Mhm.
But the guy's staying soda pop and his soul gets stolen. Uh, R.I.P.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah.
but back at Avenger Huntrix Tower, uh, she gets a message from a mysterious magical tiger and a magpie saying, come meet me. And she's like, "Ah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do that to kill you."
Mhm.
So she shows up. Well, also the tiger is obsessed with it knocks over a potted plant and it needs it to stand up, and it just
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
can't. Yeah.
he honestly, like we love a neurodivergent character, because
We do.
there's no like that Derpy must have ADHD,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
like he's like on Adderall,
Yeah.
for and so we love that about Derpy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He represents us.
Mhm.
And she goes to meet Jiun in a very kind of like old part of the city, and he points out that because she kills a mannequin and it's not him. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I didn't
He
expect a
dresses
hug
the mannequin
like
like
him."
himself, and then she slices it in half. And like, why? That's so weird. He's so weird. I love
He's a
it.
weird guy because
Yeah.
he's also like teddy bears and choo-choo trains on her pajama pants, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, and what?" But then I remember he's old. There's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
part later. It's one of my favorite lines. She's like, "Oh, you're so old," and I'm like, "Oh, it's
Yeah. There's
true."
like I don't think they had pajamas back then. And I don't think
Yeah.
they had
Te
pajamas in the underworld either.
No.
yeah. Also, choo-choo trains and teddy bears also probably didn't exist in his original time. But you know what? He's seen a lot.
He
And
he
so he's
keeps
seen
he
the
keeps
evolution. He
pace.
keeps
Yeah.
abreast
Yeah.
of popular culture. Yes, he does.
Hmm.
Uh, and he's like, "Well, you have patterns, but Guima doesn't control you. What's up?" She's like, "No, it's fine. They'll be fixed." He's like, "I think you're ashamed, and your teammates don't
And
know. You haven't told them. I know."
It's giving
and
gaslighting a little bit.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. And she's like, demons don't have feelings. He's like, what do you mean?
All we
Like,
do is feel.
all we do is feel like she Oh my
Sorry.
goodness, it's just an army of cats. Listen,
I-
if it's not you, it would be me, but Edgar's here at my feet, so he's
Oh.
he's chilling. Um, but yeah, so like she's having her worldview questioned by one of the demons, being like, "What do you mean? Is that what they teach you that like we don't have feelings? Like we were people too. We still
Mhm.
have feelings, and in fact, that is what imprisons us is our shame."
Yeah.
And it's so like their conversations are so good because he's really like not even just like helping her question her worldview about demons in general, but it's also like questioning like the greater institution
Mhm.
and to basically say that like, well, the institution is hurting you too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it questioning because she says, "Oh, this part of me is bad and doesn't feel,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then she's like, "Oh, maybe this I am allowed to feel." So it's like it's manipulative, but it's also helping her. It's
And
Yes.
yeah.
and to add to your points, and this is something I thought about like during like when we were talking about the mythology earlier about behind K-pop Demon Hunter is that yes, it's the like the Huntrix story, their whole mythology is based on the Korean shamanism, Mukdang,
Yeah.
But but if you like pierce through like some of the subtext, like Jinu's path is represents the other side of Korean spirituality, which is Christianity. Because it's like because the thing that the like I as a Filipino can relate to Koreans is that Christianity, like at least the missionaries, like really took over like our national identity. Um, and so if you look up like the demographic, like 51% of all folks who say they have a religion are Christians. Um, they actually look down on the more older traditions of like Mukdang, and they call them superstitions now,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is how Rumi is treated. Like they see her as like a danger. Like they're superstitious. They see her as like evil. Even
Yeah.
though she represents like a more olden way. And so Genus is like very Christian like coded. Like he has shame, he has sin, he has guilt, which is as Christians, as Cullen, like guilt is like integral.
Foundational.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like such an integral part of being Christian.
He
Hmm.
And
seeks
but
redemption.
yes, and he
Yeah.
does through sacrifice, which is also very Christian
It's
coded.
giving Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes. But then also, but Rumi's is very much on a different way to like spirit, like through redemption, which is finding balance, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and which is, you know, back then, you know, like that was the whole goal of like the mukdang, which is trying to find the balance, you know.
Yeah.
They like it's very connected to Buddhism and Confucianism, which is not trying to find uproot the evil, but like trying to find balance, trying to harmonize everything.
Yeah.
Whereas Genu is salvation through sacrifice and redemption, you know. And the way that they were able to meld those two storylines and turn it into a romance essentially was was fascinating because it represents two sides of the Korean identity when it comes to religion, you know.
I that is something I actually really loved about this movie when I saw it the first time is I was like, so it pulls so much from like Korean indigenous
Mm.
belief and mythology, but it includes a lot of like Christian elements in a way that captures like the modern Korea that
Hmm.
is that fusion of those two different belief systems. Even like if you when we get to like your idol and like the lyrics there and like
Yep.
references to idolatry and religion
Yes.
and I'm the only one
Hmm.
that'll love you for your sins. And so I'm like, in a way, it appeases all the different parents of different persuasions.
Yeah.
And it can combine, like, it can reflect a modern Korea that has all these, like, these multiple influences. But I
Mm.
didn't even think of it the way you mentioned how it's like they turn those two competing philosophies into a romance.
Hmm.
Uh, Supernatural Romance Month. Now, two religions is a form of a form of supernatural romance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Yeah. Uh
There's a lot of interfaith going on in this
yeah.
movie. You
Mhm.
know.
Uh and so Rumi is starting to feel that guilt. In a way, you know, if we're going to the Christian allegory, who told you you were naked? You know, is
Right.
it Jiyoon? Is it Celine singing voice by Lea Salonga?
Mhm.
Uh, you know, like she's feeling this shame that she knows she's hiding something. And Mira is even like, yeah, are you okay? Like, I just can't wait to get rid of all the demons forever and banish them because they're also ugly and terrible. And she's like, yeah,
Eternal self, yeah, it was it internal damnation or something like that.
sounds
Sounds
fun.
fun. Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, why do you feel anything for the demons? Which is again like, you know, if you think of like a queer allegory, you know, you're
Mm.
in youth group. Yeah, I can't can't wait till we don't have to deal with these people. Yeah, they're so terrible. Yeah. So they're working on the song Takedown because they're like, we need a song to take down the villains, you know, take down Sasha Boys. Uh And so they come up with so sweet, so easy in the eyes, but hideous on
On the
the side.
inside.
Whole life
Mhm.
spreading lies, but you
Mhm.
can't hide, baby. Nice try. Yeah, that's what people say about me.
What?
No.
That's my performance review.
No,
Uh,
you're golden. They're not gonna take you down. They won't free you.
They
yeah,
will free you.
Yeah.
and so they're working on this song, but Rumi starts to feel conflicted because she's like, it's like, oh, like they're saying demons can't feel demons need to die. And she's like, but I'm part demon. I have this thing inside of
Yep.
me that doesn't deserve to live. A demon with no feelings don't deserve to live. It's so
Yeah.
obvious. That's like brutal. Um,
And also like Genu kind of like showing a different side of demons, you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
that they do feel and that they do have a history and they don't just exist in a vacuum, you know.
Yes. Yeah, it's like remembering that like at least a lot of the demons that we see were human beings at one point. Like Gina was definitely a human being. I'm assuming these guys were also at one point
yeah,
humans as well.
Mm.
Like, and they made choices that got them to be
yeah,
mom.
Yeah.
She's starting to see them as the people that they were
Yeah.
yeah,
because she's still a person. And she's like,
yeah.
wait a second, if I'm also part that, then like what about, yeah,
I
Mhm.
know
it's
I
just,
feel, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And so, because Genu had made like a Faustian bargain, where he
Yes.
was like, "Oh, I was
Yes.
on the streets and I made a deal that, you know, me and my family, in this the way he tells it, could go
Yeah.
live in the palace, and my music would be adored by the emperor. But eventually it was all like after I died, they were kicked out. So, and I was sent to Guima. So he tells a version of his story.
Yeah.
Mm.
So while this is going on, they're fighting the demons. The Saj Boys are becoming more and more popular, getting to number one. Uh, Souls, people are going missing. The
Mhm.
Huntrix is trying to do signing. They have all their fans, and then the Saja Boys show up to join them. They're also in sleeping bags, which I forgot to
Oh
reference.
my
I
God, we
love
forgot
this
to
Yes.
joke
ref the best joke
when they're like,
where
only Mira could wear a sleeping bag to the
to the
Met
Met
Gala,
Gala.
and she looks
Mhm.
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah,
And they all wore this basically the same sleeping bags
yeah,
to the signing.
Mhm.
And then it was like, and that's how they do their little entrance. And this one is also a really interesting scene because like at first, like they set up two separate tables and then the line splits, and Rumi is like, wait, we have to do this together. So we have to do the signing together so that all the fans come through the whole line,
yeah,
Yeah.
basically. Instead
Mhm.
of like, it's like we lose fans if we don't like work together, at least
yeah.
pretend to work together.
Yeah.
Uh, so interesting.
And the
And then
the
Mhm.
Ginu has such a great line when they're like sitting there talking, where, she's like, we're gonna destroy you because we hate you or whatever. He's like, if hate could destroy Gima, like I would have done it a long time ago. Like
yeah,
he's planting seeds for her to figure out how to actually defeat Gima.
yeah,
And
because
it's
they're
Yeah.
just
so
like,
interesting.
we hate demons, we hate Gima, so obviously we can hate them away. He's
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
Al-
Um,
Also, in that scene, it kind of like gives a nod to a little bit to like K-pop culture in
Yeah.
that that the fans were reading every single sign on like romance between Jinu and Rumi, or like
yeah,
between Mira and the other fans of I mean the other Saja boys
yeah, they
and
had a
Yeah.
throuple
Zoe.
ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And and
Romirabi.
yeah,
yeah. And to me, it was both believable but also unbelievable
yeah,
because one is people get like tingles or get like it's very scintillating to see
yeah.
romances between two of your idols.
Mhm.
No pun intended. But but at the same time, if those those kind of things that fans would catch would be the end of their careers,
Yeah. It's
because
very different than like, because everything is very much locked down in terms of like personal lives, right? Like
yeah,
for
like they
K-pop
don't
idols.
like I think one executive like an interview a long time ago put it this way that is that when you become a K-pop star, you're for the people, you are their fantasy, you are their parasocial boyfriend or girlfriend.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so if your love life is occupied with another one, with another K-pop star, you're basically not available. So like the whole Bennifer thing would kick off really well in the States, but
Yeah.
like the whole Gene Rumi, is that what's
Yeah.
the whole Gene Rumi would be it would take down both the
Mhm.
Sanjo Boys and the Huntrix both at the same time. And
Yeah.
Oh, because
you
that I
know,
think that's very American. Because to me,
Yeah.
I'm like,
yes.
this tracks that of course they would do this, but I do think that is, I get like you're the fantasy, you have to be available,
Yeah.
you have to kind of be a blank slate for people to project
Mhm.
onto,
Yes.
and the
And
reality can't get in the way.
I
And
also
so
think another interesting nod to like K-pop fans is that like they're trained to do this, right? Like they're cast and trained before they like premiere. And so it's kind of interesting how like the Huntrix has also trained, but not
yeah.
just to be like
Yeah.
idols. they're
Yeah.
also they have trained to be hunters. And so
Mm.
it kind of is like a fun twist on that concept.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
you see them
industrialization
training.
of these
Mm.
stars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see them training at like their sanctuary with Celine singing voiced
Mm.
by Lisa Salonga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then just like a whole footnote is like that tree was giving like the Bodhi tree, which is like
Yeah.
another nod to Buddhist tradition
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Korean mythology, you know. But yeah,
Um, I did love this scene and like the fans shipping Ginu and Rumi, and then but also this girl gives Ginu this thing that's like this drawing that says you have a beautiful soul. And she's
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
maybe
Jesse
Rumi said,
McCartney was there and
yeah,
gave him.
and Rumi's like, maybe you need to stop listening to Gima and those voices and listen to the fans.
Yeah,
Because they talk a lot about their how they love and protect their fans, their relationship. And then he sees that. And then when the Saj boys have to leave, you see that the moment the other ones get kind of off stage,
They
they
like,
instantly like slouch into demon zombie form. They throw everything away. And
yeah,
he's holding on to that. He's like, oh, like he is forming a relationship with the fans.
yeah.
yeah,
And that they see something in him that maybe by projecting onto him, they see something in him that he hasn't seen in himself.
Mhm.
yes. Yeah.
Uh, so all this is going down. Um, Bobby starts to feel ignored as the girls are always fighting because they can't get takedown right. And Ruby wants to change the lyrics, and Zoe's having a panic attack that nothing she writes is good enough. And Mira's like, what's with the attitude? They have a disastrous train fight where the demons take all the people on the train because they're fighting and Ruby's distracted.
Yeah,
Uh,
And this is where Rumi has that line where she's like, not everything is about your insecurities, Mira.
yeah,
And
brutal.
yeah, and I love the visual of this because they're in the tunnel, right? It's kind of dark. And when she says that, they come out of the tunnel, everything has been alighted, like
Yeah.
the fog has lifted. Like finally, Rumi is starting to like not necessarily open up, but she's starting to like push back. She's starting to like it's starting to come out.
Yeah.
yeah.
She's not able to like hide it
Her
anymore.
demon side, that she isn't just a golden
Mhm.
Yes.
princess. She has an
Yeah.
edge to her.
Also,
Also,
I want to
mhm.
mention before I forget is like once like we find out that like Saja boys are doing so good, they're like looking out at the honmoon and it's got all these like pink, divots in it, basically
Yeah.
Yeah,
where the fans of Saja boys are, it's ruining the honmoon. And Bobby comes in, he goes, "Oh, you know what? It's fine." He's looking out and he's just seeing, the beautiful city. He's like, "Oh, this is nice. It's
mhm.
just social media numbers." And then it cuts to them looking out and it's just, despair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Demons
it's like
sneaking in.
apocalyptic.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is such a there's so many great visuals.
Mhm.
Just this movie's visually just so clever and great. Yeah.
Also, one thing that I don't know if it's just me, but when Rumi said like not everything is about your insecurity, I did I didn't believe Rumi, like because to me,
Rumi's
Mira,
insecure.
Right.
yes, because Mira never. Maybe I'm seeing the movie from a different angle, but I never saw Mira as insecure. I think Mira has a tough shell
Yeah.
and it's very blunt and it's like doesn't beat around the bush, and I think that is one of her flaws. But I
Right.
never thought that she was insecure. I think she probably has a hard time understanding,
Mm.
Yeah.
like as have a hard time understanding or trying to see like someone's problems. And that's why she asks questions, and that's why she senses the
Yeah.
problems, but she doesn't know the solution, or she doesn't know how to go
Yeah.
about it aside from asking or being very tough on the person.
Yeah.
So
It's like Rumi's projecting in that moment. She's
Yeah.
like, it's not about your insecurities, Mira, but actually it's like she's kind of admitting that she has her own insecurities.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I like that point that like Mira doesn't read as insecure, but I wonder if like it's also that Rumi calling Mira insecure, even though it's like projection, kind of like triggers Mira's stuff because like toward
Yeah.
the end, like Mira, like when Gima gets in everyone's head, it's like you don't deserve a family. Like that's her insecurity. And so it's like this moment of Rumi kind of like I don't necessarily want to call it acting out, but she's definitely not acting like herself. And
Yeah.
I wonder if that like triggers Mira's like that's when Mira starts to get those thoughts. Like maybe
Yeah.
it's starting to make her insecure.
Hmm.
Uh
Like she definitely feels more disconnected from the group, you know.
yeah.
And it's Rumi is in many ways like the glue. Like we have like some of us have friend groups where there's that one person that glues everyone together,
Yeah.
you know. And Rumi is that person in this movie. And the fact that she's distracted and she's not focused kind of, you know, doesn't allow kind of like ruins the cohesiveness of the group, you know.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah, because like if she's not confident, they can't be confident.
yeah.
Yeah. So everything's in disarray, but
Mhm.
Rumi agrees to meet with Jiyoon again with a save the date sticker. So he thinks it's a date because he's so old.
Mhm.
Yeah, and she's like, ugh, this is
So old,
strictly a business meeting.
yeah, so old fashioned that
Yeah.
Gino guy, you
Hmm.
know.
And this because this lady is like, oh, a bracelet for the girl, and oh, she's not mine, blah blah. And she's like, get a new boy, a better
This
boy.
one's
This one's
hopeless. And
hopeless.
he's like, see? And she's like,
Everyone can have hope.
What the bracelet, what reminded me so much of what I connected that to was when Travis Kelce gave that bracelet to Taylor Swift. And I thought to myself, oh, they're just trying to hit every box of pop culture reference in this movie. Because it's like a bracelet, like it's so Taylor Swift coded right there.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I think of, an iconic line from my high school experience was when my friend Kenzie said to her sister, find a new boy, a better boy. I think of that one
Yeah.
all the time. Uh, but they're making a plan. She's like, see, if we win the Idol Awards, we can seal the Golden honmoon, and you can be sealed on this side, and you can be free of quinoa. And he's like, oh. And he's like, you can be free, and we're gonna sing a song about it called Free. We have this floating duet. And actually, what I loved about this was they have kind of inverse proportions to a traditional, like, animated character for, like, the genders. So I feel like usually, like, an animated woman is going to be top heavy. Think Jasmine, think like Aurora. Like these, you've got like a lot of hair, you've
mm,
got a chest, you've got tiny waist, like dainty legs.
Mhm.
But I mean, Rumi has like a long braid. She has like chunky boots.
mhm.
She's kind of it's like her bottom half of her design is heavier. Not
Yeah, and
like
she's wearing like straight leg pants too, or like
yeah.
baggier pants.
So it's
Yeah.
like she's have and then usually it's like you'll have like think like Hercules, like a kind of like a broad chest guy, like big feet. Whereas like Genu has
Big
like,
feet.
he's got
Hmm.
like dainty limbs and kind of like he has fluffy hair and a broad shoulders. So it's
Mm.
like he has like a daintier lower half and his upper half is more prominent. And I just thought that's different from a lot of design tropes.
Mm.
Um, so
Also,
that's just interesting to me. Yeah.
also, if I like you reminded me of a point that was going through my mind when I saw the Sandra boys for the first time, is that these these boys are like an anama like kind of like a mixture of like US of the US and Korean stereotypes of what a boy band is.
Yeah.
Because like when I saw the guy with like the broad shoulders and the abs, I was thinking that's not what a boy band usually is, you know? Like
Yeah.
they're skinny, they're lanky, they just know how to dress really well, you know?
Yeah.
Like the One Direction, they weren't like muscular ripped guys, you know.
No.
So is BTS, so is Super Junior, you know. Um, it's like they're very like boy bands are very allergic to looking fit and muscular for some reason. So,
Hmm.
Yeah. They're more
so
sick Victorian child. Yeah.
mhm. Yes. Yeah.
Well, because it's
So
it's non-threatening. That's the thing, is typically if they're an audience of young girls, they want to feel like romantic and sweet and not like intimidating.
yes,
That
exactly.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I think when we were talking about this scene, I think we kind of mixed up two scenes because the save the date one is the one that ends with like the awkward, like, okay, bye
Yeah.
one,
Yes.
and then
Oh
they
yeah.
have free a little bit later.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I think we are at free now because
Yeah.
the
We've
uh
been going in kind of in and out of order.
Yeah.
yeah, but like
The,
yeah, so like free, beautiful.
Yeah.
and my add too is that Genu has was awkward from the very beginning
Uh-huh.
because in the even in the because he came off as like a bad boy and a bully
Yeah.
when they were first introduced in the alley. And I think it was at the sauna, the
Yeah.
Yeah,
bathhouse that you get
slips.
like a real like a real bite out of his personality. And he was very
Mhm.
awkward.
Yeah.
He's kind of like clumsy, um, which I thought threw me off at first because I thought as the lead of a demon boy band, you'd be very composed and like and ready to kill at a whim's notice, you know.
Hmm.
But he didn't even really put up a fight. He was just trying to get away from Rumi. Rumi was more of the
Yeah.
bully, if I was,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, he
and
tries to be very poised and
yeah,
but he is a
which
little awkward. Yeah.
yeah, like which collapsed under duress,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and I guess it makes sense because you know how your pets is kind of like a reflection of who you are. And
Yeah.
so seeing Derpy being so derpy,
Hmm.
it's like, oh, it makes sense why Gino's awkward because you could already
Yeah.
tell from Derpy's personality.
And you
Yeah.
get that he made the hat for the cat, but the bird keeps taking it.
That is such an awkward thing. Like you have to be a dork to make a
Yeah.
to make a hat for your pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Imagine spending like eternity in like the
yeah,
underworld and you're like, I'm gonna make a hat for my giant blue cat.
yes.
Yeah.
Like that's
Hmm.
dork behavior.
Oh my goodness, he is a total dork, and we just did not catch it until later on.
But right after Free, when they make this plan, he gets sucked into back to hell, and Gluma is like, "You thought you could escape my shame? Like you didn't even tell her the real you, which is that you made the deal for yourself and you left your family out to starve, and
Yeah.
that's why you deserve this."
Yeah.
Which
It's
I
yeah.
I did like that twist because I think a lot of times when they try and redeem a character or give a villain a backstory, they make them
Mhm.
like so sympathetic that oh they did something bad, but you're like like not really that bad, but that is he did something bad like that.
Yeah.
There's a reason, natural reason for him to feel guilt and shame.
I want to get your opinion on this because it really made me think. So there was a moment, so to your point where Genu wasn't able to hear Guima's
Yeah,
voice. So when he returned to the underworld, it made it look like Gima was was intentionally holding back. Like like saying like, "Oh, you thought you could escape my voice."
yeah,
But then at the same time it made it look like Rumi's voice was able to dispel it for a moment. But it made it,
yeah.
but Yima made it think that I was always there. It's like,
Well, isn't that what shame is? Sometimes you can forget it. You can see a future without
Mhm.
shame, and then
mhm.
oh, but it still was hidden there all along,
Yeah,
you
like
know?
almost like Yima was tricking him. Kind of like
Yeah.
that's what I was like thinking.
I
That
think shame tricks you. So if Guma is like shame, like I think Rumi's voice did actually like magically, her
Mm.
voice brings the darkness to light, like banish the shame. But Grima isn't going to admit that something's more powerful than him. He's going to be like,
Right.
no, I
Mm.
was there all along. You just didn't hear
Yeah.
me, but the shame was always there.
Yeah.
Because that's like demons famously lie, you know,
Famously.
Yeah.
famously, father of lies, right?
I also
So
think the other thing that I read is it's this moment where like Rumi is starting to give Genu his soul back. And so to me, it's like maybe there's a tug of war
yeah,
happening
Mm.
with Gima still has the soul, but Rumi's also still kind of pulling it out. So it's like in that action, like he's sort of temporarily freed from Gima, but Gima can still like observe and listen,
yeah.
Yeah.
but he's not hearing it in his head.
Yeah.
And then like when Rumi leaves and he's like pulled back, you know, then it's like you think you can escape me, right?
Yeah.
And
Um,
he did say, I've been holding back, or like, because they made the deal that they were gonna get rid of his voices. That's what was it for him, that he would no longer remember his
He
time on
was
Earth.
he was
yes.
slowly giving him piecemeal of part of what he promised.
Yeah.
You know?
But
And
now
like,
he's
Yeah.
like, I can make it louder.
Yep.
yeah, he's like, I'm gonna give you your paycheck in installments, you
Yeah.
know?
Right.
Like we're gonna have a 6 month deposit or a 6 month installment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, they have this plan. And the girls agree, Huntrix agrees that they're gonna do Golden because Takedown can't even unite them. How can it unite their fans and seal the honmoon?
Mhm.
Like Golden represents the best of us. And it's true because that would be like, I don't know, awards show that song. You're like killing demons, like
Like,
Yeah.
damn, okay.
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, it's time for the Idol Awards. I love this intro.
It's
That's
so good.
so
And
good.
again, another like wonderful like nod of appreciation to just like the tone of those like shows and stuff like
Every snowflake is unique,
is
but
unique,
one
but
has to be more
obviously
special than
the
the other.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Yeah, and then he's like his face is in the moon.
He has the glow sticks with each of their
Yeah.
like logos.
Mhm.
He's like a meteor like dropping into Earth and it's great.
And we get the Idol Awards where the Sasha boys are fighting. So okay, Huntrix is on, and this is the plan. They're supposed to. She's like, "This is all according to plan. Sasha boys are gonna break up. We're gonna perform, seal the honeymoon. I'll be free of demonness. He'll be free. June will be free." So they're getting ready. They start with Golden, and then there's like a scene change. As Rumi is flying on her golden hoop, killing it
Yeah.
with her voice, sealing the honeymoon, and but then Mira and Zoe see Bobby being taken away. They run after it. Oh, it's actually demons lying, playing a trick. And then demon fake Zoe and Mira get on stage, and we get a scene, a traumatic. The scene is like Cinderella's dress being ripped. This is like
Yeah.
Yes.
Quasimodo when he's
Mhm.
being tormented by the town. We get this like
Yep.
public betrayal and humiliation as they rip off her sleeves because they start doing takedown and they're saying, "We know what you are. You are a mistake.
Yeah.
A demon with no feelings don't deserve to live." And so you get this her worst fear coming true. Like
Being
her
outed.
being outed by her friends and her friends being like, "We hate you. We don't accept you."
Mhm.
And the crowd is more just like, "Oh no, they're fighting." Because they don't like they're not
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, "Oh no, she's a demon." They're
They don't
just
have
like,
They're
any of this
gone. Oh no.
context.
yeah, they're just
And
like, "Oh
Yeah.
no, these people
They're
we
like, oh,
love are
sick
fighting."
tattoos, Rumi.
Yeah. But if they're projecting like friendship and girl power and sisterhood onto them, and then they see that all collapse,
Yeah.
it's disheartening.
yeah.
Um,
Yep.
And it's ironic too that the very song that they created that was like fueled by hatred is now being used against them, you know?
Yeah.
yeah,
So there's like a lesson to be learned, which is that if you what comes around, you know? Like if you
yeah,
whatever you put out into the universe, you know,
Yeah.
whether it's like bitterness, resentment, it will eventually come back to you, you know,
Right.
in the worst
yeah.
way possible.
Which is a good thing to think of this year.
Yeah.
Um, uh, and not Zoe, Rumi even cries out and it like shatters all the lights with her demon energy because
Yeah.
she's exposed, and Mira and Zoe now see it and they're like, wait, what? And she
And
sees,
because so at first it's like, oh, I've been faked out. I'm relieved
yeah,
because
great.
no, my worst fear didn't come true. It's only partially come true.
Yeah,
But then her friends do reject her. And it's because, of the worldview they've had about
yeah, demons.
demons and patterns specific. It's like, there's something wrong with you.
And
Like,
you've been lying.
yes,
Yeah. Hmm.
We've been lying this whole time. And she wanted to tell them, but singing voice by Leah Salonga, was like, don't tell them.
conceal, don't
Yeah.
feel.
Conceal, don't feel. And so they're like,
Hmm.
you lied to us. Like, what's true? And she's like, well, Genu is supposed to. They're like, you're working with Genu. Like,
Yeah.
what's wrong? And so they put up their weapons against her.
Yeah,
That's hard.
that
That's rough.
literally, like, they're like, if we have to, we're gonna fight you. But then she is able to just run away. She goes to find Gino and they put their weapons down. But it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that is, God, that scene is just,
It's brutal.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kids like angst, though.
Yeah.
It's scary and hard for them to feel it, but it gives them an outlet to feel that
yes,
betrayal and see a character survive it. Um,
yes, yeah. And
because
we're about to get, we are building up to my favorite moment. Let's go.
Jiyun is like, yeah, it was all a lie. I was just tricking you the whole time.
And she's like, no, no, no.
I know it was
You
real.
are a person. What we have is real, and you have a beautiful soul. My name is Jesse McCartney.
Carney.
And
Yeah.
it's like, it's like he is so, like, you can tell, like, he's in the sauce. Like, his
Yeah.
eyes are like demonifying, and his patterns are out. Their voices are like
Distorted,
crumbly, yeah, like
Yeah.
demonic.
distorted.
Yeah.
And they're like, and then he like confesses to her, like, no. And also, I think something else that about shame is that owning what you did and feeling that shame can help you realize that, like, I don't need to hold this. I need to accept it and move on. And so, like,
Mhm.
actually, I think Dima actually worked against himself by like hitting Genu that way and getting
Making
him to
him
that
tell
point.
Rumi. Yeah.
Yes, because what it did was it freed him of his shame, essentially.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, like he confesses, like, no, I left them. I did this
Yeah.
for myself, and I live with that shame now every day.
And it's like he told Rumi, which is like you if you keep denying it, denial is going to keep the shame within you, you know?
Yep.
It's going to keep you bottled up. And I think that's by Gima constantly, you know, um saying constantly reminding him of his shame,
Yeah.
it finally like reached the boiling point where he had to be honest with Rumi, saying
Yeah.
like no, this is who I am, and what you see is what you get, and I think him being able to do that, he thought that it actually would I think like being upfront with his shame, he thought it's a way of him to finally sever his tie with Rumi.
Yeah.
But I think it only just found it I think it was like a cathartic moment for them to like
Yeah.
reconnect.
Yep.
Because she's at her lowest point. She's glowing, all demonified. She's unhinged, but she
Yeah.
still has this compassion and can see that there's more to him.
And not even
Hmm.
just compassion, hope. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, no, 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 you have to, there has to be hope for you, because if there's no hope for you, there's no hope for me, because I
Hmm.
am like
You.
you,
And he's
right?
like, well,
Yeah.
look at you. How is
Hmm.
this working? How is hiding things working?
Yep.
And yeah, the honmoon's collapsing. She goes back to the Bodhi tree, and Celine singing voiced by Leah Salonga is like,
Sun from Lost is there.
yeah,
Yeah.
like we'll cover it up. We'll say it was a trick by Grima. We'll just and she's like, no, like no more hiding. I'll be shining like I'm born to be. She's like, why am I a
Hmm.
mistake? Why couldn't you love all of me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Hmm.
Ah, and this, the other thing that I like, and I think you mentioned Cullen, is that like the only like big bad here is Kima. Everyone else, like you can understand why they have their worldview. And
Yeah.
Selena's not a big bad mother figure, like you said.
Mm,
She has a worldview because of how she was trained, and she forced that onto Rumi because that's what she knew.
yeah.
Uh, a- and so now she's being confronted with it, and it's like I feel bad for Celine. I feel bad for Rumi. Like I feel bad for because the institution screwed them up, you know?
Yeah.
Mm,
But it's just like in this moment, I see both of their sides and like I understand both of these characters so well. It's just so
Yeah.
good.
And they tried so hard to meet in the middle and to
Mhm.
yeah.
and
Yeah,
and I think what was realistic too is that they didn't really resolve that conflict.
no.
Rumi just had to figure out what she wanted, what she needed, and how she can fix the situation, and she had to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, and so whether they're going to resolve that conflict in the sequel, I thought it was like a pretty realistic depiction of how like family conflicts where
yeah,
like you never like some conflicts will never get resolved right in the spot,
Yeah.
yeah.
but you kind of have to fix yourself first.
And
Yeah.
I mean, she also like she literally gave Celine her blade and being like, destroy me like you should have when I was born, basically.
Yeah.
And Celine can't do it because obviously she loves Rumi. And like then Rumi's like takes it upon her and she's like, okay, well, like I guess like everything is like hopeless, you
Well,
know?
she's like, if this is the honmoon that's being destroyed, then I'm glad it's being destroyed.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and
And
now and then you think, oh
she's
shit,
gone dark.
she's gone dark.
Yeah.
This is the girls are going to have to destroy her. What's going to happen?
But
Yeah.
No, that's
no.
not what's
And
happening.
I
Yeah.
think a lot of movies would have her have a scene or something where she has to come to a realization, but I like that the realization that she comes to is kind of off screen. We see it in action.
Mm.
So we see a realization and it's not quite what we think it is, but we don't have like
Yeah,
a Disney Channel ballad for her to be like, and now this is what I'm gonna do. It's just like there's no mentor that comes to give her advice at the last second. She is on her own. There's no grandmother Willow to say this is what you have to go do. But
yeah,
she, by coming to this dark place, is how she's able to like find hope, which I guess leads us to our big kind of final sequence. Well, leading up to it, everyone's all dejected that Huntrix broke up. Zoe's like, no, it's fine. Like we can. And Mira's like, no, I don't get a family. And Zoe's like, oh no, I'm
yeah.
all
You
alone. I
hear
don't fit in.
the
Yeah.
distorted Gima slash Mira voice in Mira's head. You hear the distorted Zoe slash Gima voice in Zoe's head. Like
Yeah.
Even Bobby gets it
Bobby
distorted.
gets it.
He couldn't keep them
Yeah,
Yeah.
together.
the girls, these
Yeah.
girls.
And so they're
Yeah,
all joining the Sasha Pride. And
which is
it
basically their downfall.
yeah. Because
Mhm.
that we get this, oh, we're so sad about the Huntrix breakup. We're gonna do this live show. And they're full on like floating between buildings.
The
Yeah.
And everyone's
special
just like, yeah.
effects
Yeah.
budget
It was
from the
just
Saja
like,
Boys, Gima spared no expense.
yeah, that budget, man, was probably
Yeah.
like through the roof,
Yeah,
literally.
literally onto a building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we get everyone's like marching like cattle, kind of like
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't want to use the word zombie, but like they're definitely
Yeah.
like
Not offense to
catatonic.
Zed's culture. Yeah.
Yeah. They're very entranced.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like
Mm.
everyone is like everyone's got Gima's voices in their head, and everyone's being led to like the square where this is happening. And then we get the certified banger, Your Idol. I am a Your
Yeah.
Idol
Mm.
girly. I'm gonna put that on record. Listen, I
Yeah.
love Soda Pop, but Your Idol just
Oh,
hits
it's a
different.
banger.
Hits different. Those
The
outfits.
costume.
Can
Yeah.
you stop? Like Abby needs to stop with those combat boots and the fucking mesh crop top. Stop. It's too good. I
is
want every outfit in this whole movie.
I think dress it's yeah it's such a like the choreo's good and it's like it's so great in that it sounds like this could be a real pop song. It's
Hmm.
critiquing like K-pop idol culture and stan culture. It's critiquing like or it's like playing with concept of like religion and idolatry and like looking to oh only this person can save you from your sins. You
Yeah.
know, like it's playing with all these themes while still sounding like a real pop song that a boy
And
band would
it's
sing. Yeah.
and it's also serving the purpose of like enticing people to be fed to Gima.
The Demon
Yeah.
King. Yeah,
It
and
is
it
They were
literally
like
sounds
walking
playing.
demonic in a way.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, this song is just like I think that's why I like it so much is that I think listening to it without the context, it's a banger, but listening to it with the context is just like it is such a rich number because it's doing so many different things. And I think you said up top that like we have fit so much into 90 minutes. And it's because these songs, I mean, obviously, like the written
Hmm.
scenes are great, but the songs are doing so much great work to move the story. Yeah, this song
Yeah.
is so, so good.
Hmm.
There's because I mean we've talked a lot about how like there are a lot of musicals that I feel like lately don't use their songs that effectively.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, I remember this is actually one of my favorite moments on the podcast. We're talking about this whole Snow White remake, and I was saying that like that's the track like Snow White Returns, and I was like, it can't just be like the music is building to something. It can't just be her walking up to the villain, and you're like, no,
Yeah.
Cullen, but that's what it was. She just sings and
Yeah.
walks up to the villain. Song ends, but musically, it sounds like something is happening. There's like a
Yes.
Yeah.
change. There's magic, but the movie wasn't competent enough to use and I'm not that movie's number one hater like everyone else on the internet, but like it wasn't competent enough to use that song
We're
and the
that movie's
music.
number two hater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Because
wasn't
we're the
competent
shit.
enough. It wasn't competent enough to use the music to like complete the story in a way that even the
Hmm.
animated one could. Whereas this is so competent and he uses these pop style musical numbers. They're not even like Broadway style, I'm singing my exact thoughts, like pop style musical numbers to tell the story and hit all the big beats. So yeah, Camila Cabello Cinderella could never. But I tried, and it did better than some other things, I guess. But we
And so
get
Gima, he's the special effects. And I
yeah,
Yeah.
love that. He comes up from the ground
he's this
and
huge fire.
he's just
Yeah,
this big fire
His mouth
demon.
kind of shows up, you know.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
he's
the
got
more souls
eyes
he
now.
gets, the more
Mhm.
powerful he becomes.
Yeah.
And he
And
never really sings in the movies, right?
No.
no,
So he
no.
is the antithesis of music,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I'm the pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah, it's giving a certain memorial service.
Hmm.
The level of pyrotechnics used. Yeah.
It's like the
uh
only time he opens his mouth, it's like flames. Just
Yeah.
like a
yeah,
flamethrower trying to torch Ruby, you know? It's like
yeah,
that's his form of singing, you know, burning you alive.
Yeah.
yeah. And this is where, like the confrontation, like Rumi comes in and like
It's all
Mira and
dark.
Zoe are like going with the herd. Like they
Yeah.
Yeah.
are entranced. And Rumi starts singing the We Are Hunters, voices strong
Hmm.
refrain,
But all demonified.
but all demonified. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, so like you're here. That's cool. You think you can come and like
Like
fight
this.
me? Like you're
You
dejected,
can't
like
save the world, you can't even save yourself.
self."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, but I'm I'm gonna build the new honmoon."
Yeah.
Yes.
And we get this music video style, like it goes black and
Yes.
then
Mhm.
it opens with her singing. And I do also, before I got distracted thinking about movies that didn't use their music as well, I do have a bone to pick with the soundtrack because it places the songs out of order. So it
Yes.
goes to from Your Idol to Free, and I'm like, no, because this Your Idol into what it sounds like is the dichotomy of the movie. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Why did
Uh,
they do that?
and so it goes black, it comes out, and she starts singing, and she gets her demonic markings have become almost like rainbow
Yeah.
Yes.
pride. And it's
They're
like
they're was like pearly, like iridescent.
Yeah, almost
Yeah.
But
Lisa Frank,
Almost like
Zara
golden a little
Larson
bit. Yeah.
Symphony.
mhm,
Mhm. They
yeah,
glow, you know.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like glow stick. Like, yeah, it's just kind of like reflecting these different colors. There's beauty in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
And she's singing the song they couldn't write. This is what it sounds
literally.
like.
It
Like,
again, lyrically so good, so
yeah.
clever. Again, moving the story
Voices with no
along.
more lies, you know.
Yeah.
This is what it sounds like. It's so good.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
Oh,
that song instantly brings Zoe and Mira out. The moment she starts singing, they're like,
like
wait,
Yeah.
their souls start to light up with hope and courage, you know.
Yep.
which is the goal of a hunter, to unite
Hmm.
the people with hope and courage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do. I mean, they're again Dark
Instead
Souls
of
level.
hate.
Yeah.
So basically, the message got lost through the generations. They focus so much on like we have to defeat them. Like
We
hate.
hate demons.
But it's
Yeah.
like, no, our job is to defeat demons through providing hope. Like you have to
Yeah.
focus on that part.
Hope that
Yeah.
you can overcome your shame and not succumb to your sins and your darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that you're perfect and you're golden, you don't have any flaws. It's that,
Right.
you
Mhm.
can balance that. And so, yeah, what it sounds like, beautiful number, amazing fight scene. Because they're singing and they're fighting like hordes of demons and they're fighting the Saja boys. Zoe finally sees Mystery's
Mystery's face.
eyes and she's like, "You're
She's
my
like, oh,
type, too bad."
too bad. You're a
Mhm.
demon.
Mira chops up those abs. No
Yeah.
more
No
abs.
more abs.
No more abs.
Gima he's gonna kill Rumi with his fire breath. But Jiyun steps in the way through self-sacrifice. He
Yep.
regains his soul and Rumi uses that soul as like a weapon to
Power up for
cut.
her sword.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
power ups and cuts Gima in
And
half
then everyone else's souls, like in the venue, like join in and it gives them all the power and gives her the power to slice Gima in half,
to fly.
to
Yeah, to
fly,
fly. And they
literally.
and that poster, and then they create that poster pose, you know, with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
like looking at it right now on the vinyl.
Yeah, that's how they defeat Gima and they create a new honmoon, like a multicolored rainbow honmoon.
Mhm.
And they did it, SpongeBob. They saved the city.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh, and they get to live, like they get to take a break. They go to the bathhouse together.
And
Zoe,
this moment is so good.
Zoe's like,
Where
I'm so
Zoe's like,
happy you didn't
to die.
die.
And they're like, wow, way to be like so subtle.
So
But also
literal. Yeah.
me too. And then they all just like they start crying. I'm like, yeah, I feel
Yeah,
it. Like this movie is so emotional. They went through
Mhm.
a
a
huge
lot.
They literally
journey.
went through hell and back.
Literally,
Yeah.
yeah. Hell came to them.
Yeah. And I like how now she's able to reveal her patterns, but they're not purple.
Yeah,
They glisten, they have this golden glisten to them.
yeah,
Yeah.
And which even though she didn't create the golden Han moon, she was able to turn her patterns into something golden. So
Yeah.
now she's achieved that balance that she's
yeah,
always wanted. But another like very I want to like point out something that I felt was very like contrary to how what's expected Rumi's path is that because she represents kind of like the more Korean shamanism and finding balance. And another thing that is very prominent is respecting your ancestors and following the path that your ancestors laid out for you. But it has a very secular twist to it, which is that no, I'm not gonna follow the path that my ancestors followed for me. Like I've learned a lot, but now it's my turn. Now I need to pave my path, you know?
yeah,
So
Yeah.
when she created their own golden, I mean, when they created their own Hanmoon,
Honmoon.
it was on their terms, you know,
yeah.
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I thought
It's
was beautiful, you
they're
know.
they're doing what their ancestors wanted, but in their own way.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
And
it's combining those two. Yeah.
And if they're supposed to be represent like
Hmm.
the shaman priestess, you know, because one thing I've also read is that shamanism is kind of like it's a term that what they do,
Yeah.
but some people translate it to like spirit mediums, you know,
Yeah.
like they're the ones who talk to the spirits, you know. So it
Yeah.
would be very contrary for them if they represent kind of like that side of Korean mysticism, like Korean religion and mythology. It would be contrary to them to seal off their connection to the spirit world, you know.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
weapons that Zoe has were used both to exercise spirits and to summon and connect with spirits.
Yes, you
Yeah.
know, and not all of them are bad as like presented by Ginu and Derpy and Susie. Like, imagine
Yeah.
them being sealed away. That'd be
No.
so depressing.
Yeah. Because we get this great ending where they get to connect with their fans
Hmm.
and like see their fans bonding over like, oh, I love like you're so and so and I love so and so, and then be like, oh
Hmm.
my gosh, and then they're having a great interaction. You see, but you see Susie fly away, and you see Derpy and Susie are still there,
Hmm.
um, implying maybe Genu might come back. Who knows? And you
Yes.
because it right over a sign that says "Come back,"
Yeah.
um, of the girls. So it's like
Yeah.
maybe there'll be a sequel. Who
Yeah.
knows? Um, and yeah, we get that's the ending. Uh, that's the K-pop Demon Hunters. You know, sometimes I get to the questions we ask at the end, and we really have covered them because it's like, do we root for our protagonist? We obviously, I think we all really connect with Rumi and
Hmm.
the girls. Do we ship her and Jiyun? That's
I
Yes.
controversial.
I do. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
they learn from each other. I think
Yeah.
that's what's really important about the way their relationship is set up is that he is able to teach her about demons and
hmm
she is able to teach him about having a soul. And it's like
Yeah.
they're able to like heal each other and
Yeah.
yeah.
I like they're able to help see that other side of them that they probably forgot, you know, like
Yeah.
Rumi was able to show Genu like how remind Genu how to feel human, you know,
yeah,
and Genu's able to show Rumi like you don't have to be ashamed of your demon side. That's who
Yeah.
you are. And you just need to accept it, and it's not really a weakness, you
Yeah.
know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's like, do I ship them as like they need to be together forever? No, and I don't. I think that's a great kind of romance to see, especially in, family kids media. It's like that they learned from each other and that their connection mattered in this moment. That it wasn't
Mhm.
necessarily like a ride off into the sunset
Yeah.
Yeah.
story, which is
Yeah.
different than a lot of movies we cover in Supernatural Romance Month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
You can argue that Genu's gone because it looked like he didn't
it
survive
looks like he's
that.
dead. Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
he's pretty dead.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
double dead.
Again, double dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But Rumi is such a great protagonist. She has angst, she has a braid, she has a great singing voice, she's a queer allegory, she's got everything.
Yeah.
Uh, and I think Guima it's great to have like a big bad evil antagonist, but I like that so much of the antagonism comes from her relationships with like her friends, with
Yeah.
June, with Celine, who's singing voices by Leah Salonga. Like
Yeah.
they're like these tensions that are very natural and human.
Yeah.
And my add too is that it like Maggie really took a lot of very Asian tropes and like blended them into like a very cohesive story. And one of the tropes that she took from what I noticed was Sailor Moon, you know,
Yeah.
Mm.
because Rumi, Mira, and Zoe they give off Sailor Moon, Sailor Mercury, and Sailor Mars vibes, you
Yeah, they're
know.
giving
Yeah.
Sailor Scouts.
Sailor
Absolutely.
Scout. And
Yeah.
even Wima is like almost like it's like Andromeda, like the first
Hmm.
season, you
Yeah.
know. And Genu and the Sancho boys are like Malachite and Derek when
Yeah.
it was very Sailor Moon coded.
Yeah.
Even the finale where Rumi did the final takedown, you know, like no pun intended, you know,
Yeah. She gets a magical
like
outfit change. They all get magical
magical
outfits.
Yeah.
magical outfit, but also the power of like took all the power from everyone, the power of connection, and used it to blast Gima back to the underworld.
Yeah.
It is a powerful ending. And yeah, and it pulls a lot from Sailor Moon and it's a rich text. It's a rich text.
Yeah.
And so that leads us to the big question, our big double part question of was that your fantasy? So there's two aspects. Is this an adventure you want to live out and do you like this movie? Hannah, was that your
I
fantasy?
did not like this movie at
Yeah,
all.
you're like hated
No.
it. No.
I love this movie. I showed it to my mom and my mom liked it. I was like, there's literally no reason to not like this movie. I mean, like some people just like don't like animation and
Gross.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, okay, but also it's like a great story.
Yeah.
It has some of my favorite things, female protagonists, female superheroes,
Yeah.
the colors pink and purple and blue together, like I was not expecting anything specific from this movie when I first saw it. And when I saw it, I was like, holy crap. Like it it blew me away. The story is so good. The songs are so rich. And the messages, the themes are just great. Like it's really about like music bringing people together, having hope, dealing with your anxieties and shame and like seeing humanity in people and that like every decision you make, it's not necessarily like the thing that defines you, like you can move on from that and grow. Like there's just so many great themes here. I love it. And I absolutely would want to be a K-pop demon hunter. Thank you very much.
Uriel,
Um,
was that your
let's
fantasy?
I think it's my fantasy, but I can't, well, first of all, as a Filipino, I can't sing or dance. So I'm already like 10 step behind
You
the
already have
Sandra
shame.
boys. I
Yeah.
have a lot of shames. You can
I
see
see
my
the patterns.
patterns. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
creeping up.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I'm already 10 step behind the Sandra boys. And of course, I don't want to take a spot away from the Huntrix. So
Yeah.
I would like to be in that journey, in that fantasy journey, but I can see myself more like Susie riding on top of Derpy
Love.
and
Okay.
just like giving a side eye to everything, like Rumi, get over it. Ginu,
Yeah.
get over it, and just being part of the journey, but also being just having fun along the way.
Supporting player.
I'm a
Yeah.
supporting player, but just doing more supporting.
And you like the movie.
I love the movie.
Yeah.
I think it was very smart on Netflix side, like part to capitalize on like the K-pop golden age. And they also hit every points that made K-pop fun
Yeah.
and very entertaining to watch and kind of reminded us why K-pop is such a tour de force.
Yeah.
Like I kind of wish that this height of K-pop was happening during the first time I learned about got into K-pop,
Hmm.
when Super Juniors, Girls' Generation, Sistars,
Yeah.
Big Bang was big because back then it felt like I was just by myself,
Oh,
like I couldn't
yeah.
because my sister wasn't into it, my family wasn't really into it, and I had a few friends who were into it, but they didn't want to go to the concerts with me.
Mm.
And the concerts were very limited when they would come to the States. But now it's like I'm just talking to my coworkers, and these two blonde girls from like the Midwest are like, oh my goodness, we're gonna go see Blackpink this weekend. And it's so different, the how it's become such a phenomenon. And so part of me is a little sad that I didn't receive this. I'm not living it out when I was younger, this
Yeah.
kind of height, but I'm also happy that now it's getting the kind of recognition, the kind of respect and the admiration that that they deserved like many years ago, you know.
Yeah. They have a new rainbow honmoon.
Yes.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna say this is my fantasy in that I liked the movie when I first saw it, and the more I've like thought about it, like especially this conversation and watching it for the podcast, I really appreciated the depth to it.
Mm.
Um, yeah, it's a beautiful movie. And there's so much to it, even more than like I initially thought when I said, "Oh, this was fun." Maybe I'm Bobby, if I'm living out this fantasy, I'm the manager, I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
organizing, yes, I wish I could sing and dance like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
this would be my fantasy.
You could be part of NSYNC. You can be part of Backstreet Boys. It's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
you could be One Direction, you know?
Yeah. I did do I was in a college beauty pageant and we had to do a talent portion and mine was this was when lip syncing was very in. They had just Fallon was doing all the lip sync battles. So I did like a lip sync dance routine boy band medley.
Love.
And it was Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. I think I started with Bye Bye Bye, then I Want It That Way, then it was Jonas
Mm.
Brothers SOS,
Nice.
and
Oh
then
my goodness.
One Direction What Makes You Beautiful. Yeah.
Perfect.
We need to see it. We
I
need to see
know.
that video.
Yep. And the video is here now.
I don't know where the video is, to be honest. I don't know if I have one, but I did learn the Bye 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 dance for it. So,
Ba, ba, ba.
yeah. Uh,
Learned it. Just I know
Yeah.
it
shout out
still.
to
And
my choreographer, Katie Weatherly from the Pinocchio True Story
From the
episode.
Pinocchio True Story, where she got into a fight with you about Thumbelina.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
uh
Uh, so Uriel, is there anything you'd like to plug?
nothing so far. Like I just want to say thank you for inviting me here.
Yes. Thank
Thank you
you for
for
Um
being
coming.
here.
You were
yeah, no.
amazing.
Yeah, no, y'all are amazing, you know. Like who else can I sit down for hours and talk about mythology and pop culture and etc., you know, and not be given a side eye for it, you know?
That's what we're
Um,
here for.
Yep.
yeah, such a safe space.
Yeah.
But no, thank you for inviting me. And it's like there's definitely a lot of depth to it. Like there's a reason why I made so much money and why people love it because it connects, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if it doesn't do that, no matter how good the special effects is and how good the story is, you know, there's it wouldn't have achieved the same kind of popularity that it has now. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to like sit down and talk and discuss about it and share and fan, you know, about it, you know.
Yeah. This is
Absolutely.
a great intro to Supernatural Romance Month and
Yeah.
Mhm.
the year. Hannah, where can they find the podcast?
Well, you can find us on Instagram, and I think we're still on
I don't
TikTok.
know. I don't think
I,
so.
I think
Yeah.
maybe TikTok's being deleted. But anyway, we're on Instagram. We're at Not My Fantasy Pod. Cullen is over there posting awesome memes. So you'll be able to find the memes for this episode and also like the previous episodes. We did what Journey to Bethlehem last, right?
Yes. Yeah.
The memes for that literally unhinged.
Yeah.
So definitely check out our Instagram. Like Cullen is over there making quality
Thank you.
jokes.
Mm.
And then yeah, if you are on YouTube, hi, hello, you can.
Smash that like button like Rumi smashed in Guma's face with Jinu's soul.
Yeah,
Mm.
you got there. So hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you get notified anytime we drop a new video episode.
Comment
Uh,
below with your favorite AO3 K-pop Demon Hunters fic.
Literally, I
Yeah, I
need
need
this
some Rex.
conversation
Or Sanja
Yeah.
for
Boy.
how
Or
they
Sasha.
put the Saja boys together.
Yeah.
What did Genu say to each of them? How did he help them develop their characters?
Their
Like
looks.
their
Yeah.
looks, like the style, like I need these stories. So please drop those links and your titles, recommendations, whatever you got. And yeah, I mean, speaking of bell notifications, next week
We're headed over back
to
to
Forks,
Forks,
Washington.
Washington.
Oh God.
Or like Washington.
We are talking about Twilight Eclipse. This is year 3 of Supernatural Romance Month. We are on the third movie, technically slash the third book. I am re-listening to it
Oh,
because listeners, I thought, you know what? I so much enjoyed listening to
Mhm.
the second book last year. I was like, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna get through the other
Yeah.
two.
Mormonism is back, baby.
It's
You
so
know?
back.
Ooh.
But I
Yeah.
do have to say that I don't remember the third book. It did almost destroy me so much so that I decided not to listen to the fourth one because I was like, ooh, this is bad. I still have like 6 hours left of the audiobook and I have to finish that, rewatch the movie, do the we've just got to figure out what we're going to talk about. But we are talking about that movie. You know it, you love it, you love hearing
Yeah.
us talk about it. And we are, of course, going to have our not surprise guest, Julia, on to
Yes.
talk about it. So it's an annual tradition at
It's a
this point.
tradition. Where have we been, Loca? We're back.
We're back. Where have we been? We've been,
Not watching Twilight, but now I have to.
yeah.
Yeah. So tune in next week for that. And then yeah, you can add me on Instagram at Cullen Ever After. And
We'll see you next week,
see you
listeners.
later, Fantasy.
Bye.
Bye.